Whether you're a Class 5 rafter or just looking for a couple of laughs, these two have you covered. Welcome to Aaron and Zach's Better Than Mediocre Rafting Show.
Happy Friday, Aaron.
Yeah, happy Friday to you too, Zach.
Oh, hold on. Good. I got to turn the volume down. That's funny. I have this show going. Oh, hold on. I have a separate computer here so I can manage the poll I just put up because I can't do the polls through the software. Anyway, everybody, welcome to our show. This is Aaron and Zach's Naive and Entitled Rafting Show. Dougie might join in today. This is a show where we just chit chat on Fridays. This is entertainment. This is not education. If you want education, where should they go, Aaron? Where's a good place for some education?
On rafting?
Yeah.
Whitewater Guidebook. You should go to Whitewater Guidebook to get education on rafting.
Or Aaron's website, brexpeditions.com, or Oars has a guide school, Arda has a guide school. Mountain Buzz. Mountain Buzz has tons of education. This is just purely entertainment. This is just Aaron and I talking. A lot of things we say are not the smartest or most well thought out. It's just us hanging out on a Friday, drinking a latte. So
Yeah,
thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
Cheers. Is that water? Jeez.
Yeah, hydrate.
You're so healthy. A couple administrative things before we get started. This is also, you might be listening to this on River Talk Podcast. That's just the audio stripped out. That's not the recommended way of listening to it. Watching the video on our YouTube channel is the recommended way because we're going to watch videos, we're going to answer questions, and you're not going to hear what the questions are or see the videos. But people have asked us to strip out the audio so they can listen to it in the car or whatever. So that is an option, but definitely prefer to watch as a video. And we want to thank the members. We have 3 new members this week. Becky, Michael, and Wolf Adventure Works. Thanks for becoming a member. It's really meaningful.
I think Becky was a member in the past too, wasn't she?
I think so. Yeah. I recognize that. And maybe she had some people have to rejoin. So that's great. And Wolf has the answer to the question from the Tuesday show, which we'll get to in a second. And one thing we do to thank our members is have a special trivia question. And if you're a member, you can answer it and win a prize. And the prizes to choose from are this week are this wonderful SDG River Ladder. Nobody's taken me up on this one. Or Tim Palmer's River of Oregon book. Or you can also win a pair. I have 2 of them. A pair of Sawyer Cobra Orlocks. So, yeah. So we have those. We have to do another question because I think
everyone's got the answer to this question. It doesn't work to wait till the next show. That was a big mistake on our part.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people learn some cool stuff. It's interesting because it's hard. I don't think it's easy to find the answer, to be honest with you. But before we get to the trivia question, I want to say one thing I'm thinking about doing, Aaron, is having a members only live stream on Fridays, maybe after the show, and not to be exclusive because we are naive and entitled, but I have some video I want to show that I don't want to just go public. You know, sometimes I have some video that I want to keep in-house a little bit. You know, maybe it's of me making a mistake. Maybe it's something where it's like questionable things happened. And so instead of just having that out for the whole world to see, I think showing to the members is a way to like keep it tight. Does that make sense?
Wow, Zach, this is so weaselly and amazing. What a great idea.
It's not weaselly. I have this video that somebody gave me that I don't want to just put on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't.
No, that makes sense. Like, and I understand that. Like, there's certain things you want to talk about, but like, it gets awkward to say what you want to say. You don't want to put that for the world to hear.
Yeah, so, like people that we don't know, we're going to take it out of context and be like, what happened there? But it's also like instructive video. It's super interesting. And I think we're not going to do it every week, but I have done some members only videos in the past where it's like a gear garage for members because there's just, again, certain things like that happen that I don't want like public on YouTube. But I want people to share with people and discuss. And so maybe we'll do a members only live show here in the next week or 2.
So how does that work, Zach? How would we make a members only live show? Can they just log on through YouTube? How does it work?
Yeah, I'm learning about how to do it.
Okay. So we still don't know the exact how that would happen.
It would be through YouTube. I don't know how to make it work with our software, but maybe we'll do like next Friday, do like 1 to 1:30 this show, and then have like a special 30-minute. and it would be a separate YouTube video. You'd have to find it and all that stuff.
So our Friday show would only be an hour long. That's hard to believe, Zach.
No, it'd be an hour. It'd be 2 hours, hour and a half of the regular show. Then we have like half an hour afterwards, or maybe we'll just do it like a Monday afternoon or something, and just tell people, like, hey, we're doing it Monday at 5 o'clock. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So getting to the trivia question. So the trivia question we did on a Tuesday show, nobody answered, so we thought we'd roll it over to today.
But everyone's answering it up in front, and it's kind of a mess.
Yeah. And they said, and the question was, who is the rapid India named after? So Becky did the research. Yep. India. I mean, I think you know what we should do. We have a follow-up question. Cool.
Okay, and if they can answer this follow-up question, then they should get it. I think because there's a follow-up question on this. Is when, what day, and what year? Let's say what year.
Do we even know? Do you know, Aaron?
Yes, we do know.
I don't know.
I do because it's actually very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
This might not be true, but I'm pretty sure it's true. So we'll see.
Well, don't make it.
Yeah, Becky got it. 1969. Right. That's it. Because they rafted the river the same day Neil Armstrong. They kayaked the same day Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. So instead of sitting around their house watching Neil Armstrong walk on the moon, they decided to go paddling. And there's Becky got it. She nailed it. 1969.
So Becky, just email Aaron at aaron@riversnotions.com. What you want, you can have the ladder, you can have Rivers of Oregon, you can have Sawyer, Cobra, or locks, or the NRS or locks. But I would not recommend the NRS or locks. Those are just overpriced paperweights. Go with if you're gonna go with anything Cobra, but I don't even recommend these personally. Anyway, Sean had mentioned in an email to me that she was 16 when she was 14. I thought she was 16. So I did some research. Have you seen this book before, Aaron? Rocks and Rapids of
I have a copy. I have a copy of that. Yeah.
So this is where I went and found that she was 14. So Sean was right, and Becky, of course. So the answer's in here. It's an old school book, for sure. Can I brag about my India Fleming story?
Go for it.
Do you know my India Fleming story? I did a trip with India and her dad Scott when India was in her late 40s, and I got to explain to India how to run India Rapid on a commercial trip. Wow. That was pretty cool. And I mean, this was like 20, 30 years after she did it when she was 14. And yeah, so I'm pretty proud of that. My claim to fame. So,
I broke my right clavicle in India Rapid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Teaching at guide school.
And her dad, Scott, was a pretty famous kayaker.
Was he?
Yeah. He's a pretty well-known kayaker. Do you want to tell the story, or should we get on with the show?
Get on with it. I don't really want to relive it. I'll just say I mean, you got to be careful out there.
Yeah. All right, Michael, thanks for becoming a member. Drum key guy, thanks for becoming a member. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. My secret show thing works.
I know. I was like, oh, I don't want to miss out on the secret show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing, Zach. Nicely done.
Yeah, but it's genuine. It's not meant to just like coerce you guys into becoming members. But we do appreciate it. It means a lot. And someday we're gonna buy Aaron a nice backdrop for a studio. Somebody sent us this. This is hilarious to me. We do want NRS to be our sponsor. So thank you, Nathan.
Oh, Zach, that's what our poll was going to be about.
Oh, what was it going to be about?
We were going to ask who people think we should get as a sponsor. That was what our poll question was going to be.
All right. So hold on. I have a poll I started here about which, because I remember to do polls. Maybe a little bit later, if you remind me, we'll do a poll about that. It says, what is your favorite Orlock? It's between Cobras, Sawyer A, NRS, and the Canyon, which we call the Black Mamba. Who do you think's winning right now, Aaron?
Why don't you put pins and clips on there? Come on.
Because I almost did. It only let me do 4. The 5th was gonna be pins and clips rule. But favorite Orlock between Cobra, Sawyer A, NRS, and Canyon. What do you think it would be?
Well, I mean, the Canyon's the best one, but the NRS are nice, and the Sawyer and the NRS, are they actually different?
They're different. The NRS are garbage, Aaron.
I bet they're manufactured by the same person.
No, they're not. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to spot. This is the NRS. Here, I'll pull myself up.
NRS has like 3 different kinds, Zach. So you have to be specific which.
This NRS is one of them. This is the bronze one. There's the one that's like that weird aluminum.
Yeah.
It does not flex. Not that strong enough.
You got it. There's some of the NRS ones are good and some aren't good, Zach. That's why you're not being fair to NRS right
Aaron, Aaron, I love NRS. I want them to be our sponsor. I'm trying to be fair to our viewers.
If you love them, you need to be fair to them.
I'm being fair, Aaron. There is not an NRS.
It's like your favorite child. You treat them worse because they're your favorite, and you don't want everyone to like realize.
No, I love NRS. I want them to sponsor. How do you think we're going to survive this show financially? We need them, but I want to say these Orlocks, they don't bend, so oars get stuck in them and break. It's a thing. Like I don't think you can buy NRS Orlocks that bend. Maybe they used to make some back in the day, but these ones aren't any good. And they were winning. Now they're Sawyer A's now in first place. That's funny. I gotta tell you, the Canyon, I think, is the best Orlock out there.
I agree.
I think the Canyon is it's another Sawyer Orlock. It was designed by Bruce Aline, with a lot of thought into it. It just rules. And so, yeah.
It was that. Yeah, I think Brad Dimmick worked with him on that as well.
Something like that. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Best Orlocks are handmade by Rofram. What's Rofram?
Gary. Rofram Gary. Good old.
Who's Rofram Gary? Pretty retired. Okay.
Name. But
the only way to get sponsored, tell them the River Knives. Oh, that's not going to happen. The River Knives are pretty not that great either. They make a lot of great stuff. We love you, NRS, but
I mean, where would the rafting industry be without NRS?
They're so supportive. They're great. They make it affordable for people to get into it. If the NRS didn't exist, this would be a sport for only rich people. Now only like medium rich people can do it too. Like NRS makes rafting possible for the middle class.
And they've got a really good name, right, Zach?
NRS?
Yeah, Northwest Raft.
Yeah, Northwest is super smart. They're Northwest River Supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only were Northwest Rafting Supplies, it'd probably be better, right?
Maybe. But they should not be in the river knife business. That's just my opinion. I gotta stop talking about it because they'll never pick us up if I keep telling people what not to buy.
Well, you talk about them all the time. They're getting so much free publicity as it is. Maybe we should never talk about them, and then maybe they'll sponsor us, so we'll talk about them in the show.
Yeah. Anyway, this is funny. Thank you, Nathan, for mentioning this on their review. It kind of cracked me up. Okay, let's move this. You ready to get going on the show, Aaron?
Let's get busy. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I gotta share. We have a lot of videos to watch, and we're gonna start with the point of the show is talk about Skull Rapid, but we're probably not gonna get there for like half an hour. So just hang tight. If you want to watch that part, like I don't know, go for a walk and come back. Or if you're watching this recorded, then you might want to skip ahead. We're gonna watch some videos first, and then get to the Skull Rapid stuff.
Did we watch this already, or is this a new one?
No, this is a new one somebody sent us. I'm gonna leave the audio on because it's kind of funny.
Babe. Yeah, baby. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Can you hear the video? The audio.
Now it gets spicy.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yay! Yeah!
I think this is that slide rapid we've been discussing, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Here. I'm with you. Oh, come on, push this, bro. Come on. I think you almost got it. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Give us a pull. Give us a pull.
All right, so let me go back. Any thoughts, Aaron? I'm turning the audio down.
It's not coming in smoothly for me, so I can't see it very well. It's really just picture.
Oh, really? Maybe it's coming that way for everybody.
I don't know. I think because I'm going through, the software through StreamYard, it does it a little weird sometimes.
Okay. Well, can I share my thoughts then, and we can move on?
Yes.
I think that he's pushing. This is an example of where pushing probably wasn't smart. You can see him pushing here. I'm going to play it here. Everybody's trying to push all the time, but it wasn't working. Let's go back a little bit. Like there's a hole and he's trying to push past it, and it's just not.
But then he turns and tries to pull off of it. It looks like, is that the case?
Yep, which is awesome. But his angle is like 45 degrees.
No, he's doing that's a good angle. He's got a good angle right there.
No, he's got to be like 90 degrees. There's no way he's gonna pull
Isn't he
back
90
ferry
degrees
away.
to turn right there?
No, he's like 45.
Okay.
He's back ferrying past this. So like when he has to get past it, he needs to be like pulling to shore, not pulling back upstream a little bit. That ferrying is not going to work. So this is an example of where
you start a little earlier. I'd almost say you want to be a little downstream versus even like a little downstream.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I would have been downstream ferrying way up this high if I knew maybe he doesn't know the holes there, but I would be
Probably
downstream
not.
ferrying. So see these laterals over here. I'd be trying to break these laterals on a downstream ferry at this point. But the other thing is, again, this is an oar length thing. His oars seem long, but see how wide his hand is out. I don't think he's getting good power. And so I think
if he brings his oars in more, they're going to be up even higher, and he's going to have a harder time rowing.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to control this boat with those oars so far out. And so I'm going to suggest longer ours too.
Really longer, not just slide the.
Slide the donut. Down. You could slide the donut for sure. That'll probably do it. But I want those oars are just too wide to adequately control the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not strong enough. So he was downstream ferry at that point. I think he was pulling downstream there. Yeah, at the end because he hit the corner of it. Watch, he's pulling right there. He's like
he's 90 degrees right now, but he's right by the hole. He's right here. He's back ferrying, and then I
think he's turning the whole time. I think you're not giving him credit. He was trying to get the right spot, but
you're wrong.
But this is one thing. Do you think if he had at the end, if he'd be pointed with his nose down into it, he probably wouldn't have flipped.
If he wasn't sideways to the hole, he may not have flipped. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, cool. Let's move on. I don't want to spend all day on creature crafts because we can, but I saw this video and I just couldn't help but share this with you.
Do we need to listen to music on this one?
No. Although it's pretty funny it has music. This is our friend Crazy Bill. Creature crafting on the Kootenai. It says something about there being the biggest waterfall in Montana somewhere, but I'm not really sure. Maybe this is it right here. It doesn't look like that big of a waterfall to me. It looks like big water, but this is just a couple weeks ago.
Well, how does he have that? That's an interesting angle for his GoPro mount.
I think it's a 3D camera. I can't understand. Look at what the camera's doing. Isn't that
kind of wild? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some interesting photography.
Yeah, it's the best way to get.
Okay. He put this up, so I feel like he decided to put this up so we can make some comments about it.
Okay, I like Bill, so I'm going to keep my mouth.
I do like Bill too. I like Bill, and I think he's a lot of fun. I'm going to say he does not look in control. I feel like this is why creature crafters get a bad name. Is he's bouncing off the walls, he's spinning around, he's on his side. It doesn't look like a lot of skill is being involved with this right now. And I know Bill does a lot of hard things and he gets after it, but this is why I feel like creature crafters sometimes they get upset about it, but sometimes why they get a bad name. Because has he made a move? It looks amazing, and I'd be scared to do it. And I think it's, I don't know if I'd want to do it myself. So props to them, and nothing about their willingness to get out there and do it. But I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying, though, Zach?
I'm not commenting. I'm gonna leave this to you. I think that you're being very rude and disparaging towards creature crafts. How dare you? So yeah.
Let's watch it again. I want to watch it again. Can we watch it again, or is there more to see? The water looks beautiful. The run looks really cool. Yeah, let's watch it again.
Well, looks like a rapid downstream. Maybe there's more. I don't know if there's more.
Have you watched this before?
I watched part of it and thought, we'll throw it up there. Kind of curious what Aaron thinks.
It's hard to really read the river too with how the camera angle. Now, see, this is better. Like he's making moves, he's pushing down, he's driving the boat. Okay, I'm with this, Like
he's pushing. His hands are on the oars and he's pushing on water. So I feel like
he's going to a specific spot. He's trying to go to the right of this. Yeah, okay, cool, man. He's got a line. Whoa. Okay, like yeah, this is a lot better. Like just that beginning part, I felt like it was just like spinning around out of control, and I was like, that it looked like a log going down the river there.
Becky, do you know anything about these falls? Like, I don't even understand what's going on.
I bet yeah, Becky, I agree. It's probably huge.
Is it 10 feet? Is it 100 feet? Somewhere here it said the largest falls in Montana, and that looked like 10 feet to me, which I'm pretty sure that's not the biggest falls in Montana. I'd love to have some context.
Isn't Yellowstone Falls in Montana, or is that in Wyoming?
I don't know.
That's a big waterfall.
I do appreciate that he has pins and clips.
Yeah, see, here we go. This is much better. I feel like he's like taking lines and stuff like that, and like, okay, he's pushing down spots, and yeah. Whoa, that's kind of weird.
And his oars are still in his hand. That's great.
No, this is okay. Now, yeah, that first part was a lot different than this. I'm happy to see this.
Probably the widest river-wide fall. Okay, got it. It's the widest. I thought I read somewhere it was the tallest. It's the widest waterfall. Did he already do it, Becky, or is it coming up? How much more of this should we watch?
What river is it on?
That's a good question. It's Kootenai Falls, first descent by a creature craft. Is that a thing? The first creature craft to descend things? Is it the first descent and by a creature craft, or is the first descent ever, or is the first time by a creature craft? Right? Is that a thing that we want to brag about? It's the first time anybody's done it in a creature craft, and Bill's done it. It's one of the largest flows. Yeah, the water level looks huge.
Yeah, it looks pretty gnarly.
All right, you want to move on? Have you seen enough? Do you really want to watch this again? Here, we'll go back to the
so we can move on. That's fine.
Let's just watch the fall. I think this is the falls. I think this is. I mean, at least he's on the correct side of the river.
There should be a bridge. There should be a suspension bridge right by the falls.
Look at that. He's about to get beat down, but the creature craft saves him. So I think that was probably the falls. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't think he's done yet.
I don't think we saw a suspension bridge.
Wow.
Beat down hole.
That is a huge feature. Jeez.
Are you looking at it online somewhere? Or just from watching?
I just pulled up something really quick, a map of where it is in Montana, and it showed a suspension bridge just downstream.
Okay.
There's a lot of whitewater. I mean, it's going for a while. This is like there's a lot of action here. I wonder what it's like in the fall when the water is low.
I don't know. I'm gonna move on. I've had enough. All right. So to Aaron, last Friday, Dougie had a really good show, and I told you to watch it, and you're like, I don't want to listen to you talk more than I have to. So whatever, you don't have to.
No, I said I don't like listening to you talk when I can't like comment and tell you you're wrong. I'm just gonna scream into I just get frustrated.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of cool things, but one of them was this. This is a video I watched, The Rescue Curve, and it's by this channel. What's this channel called again? I highly recommend Shoal Dale Productions. I think you'd like this channel, Aaron. It's pretty cool, and he has a bunch of really cool videos. And this is one that Dougie and I talked about. This new idea of the rescue curve. My first question. Wait, I have a question for you, really quick, before we get into this.
Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna say, where's the curve?
Yeah, that was my question last time. Where's the curve? The straight line's not a curve. I think it should have had a little.
Where's the curve? Yeah, the rescue curve.
We debated this last week. But hey, before we get to that, I have a question for you. Off topic. Where do you get seeds for seedless watermelons? Like, if you want to plant seedless watermelons, where do those seeds come from?
Well, Zach, you know how genetics works, right? Like. You know about donkey? Are you familiar with donkeys and mules?
Donkeys, yeah.
So a donkey and a horse creates a mule, but a mule can't create another mule. So same type of thing, right?
So they come from a lab?
No. Like, well, they create a seed. Somehow they put two things together, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I fertilize this one plant with this other plant, and that combination makes the watermelon without a seed.
Got it.
Is that with you? Like, it's a recessive trait or something like that.
Okay, cool.
So double recessive, and then
On my way here today, I saw seedless watermelons for sale. I mean, thinking, so that helps. Okay, back to the rescue curve. Okay, so here, the idea is like how we can be safe. And I really like this because I think we talk about solo boating a lot. And I want to make the point, when you solo boat, you lose this rescue by others in your group. You lose a key part of the rescue curve. And so I would say if you choose to solo boat, which I don't recommend, your self-rescue has to be solid to make up for that. And so if you don't have a good ability to self-rescue, like you're not athletic, you're not in shape, you're not a good swimmer, you definitely shouldn't be self-rescuing. It shouldn't be solo boating. And because you lost the rescue by others in a group. And if the river's not very crowded, you lose the rescue by others outside a group, including rescue squads. So if you're solo boating, I think looking at the rescue curve is kind of interesting to help.
Yeah, and I think this should be like more of a parabolic, where, and like, because rescue by others, I would say that's not helping you that much. That
It's
should be
pretty unlikely. It's not as likely as you would think. Maybe we'll redraw this as a curve and place things where we kind of think they are. But I thought this is a cool thing to think about, a way to think about.
It's an interesting idea, yeah.
Yeah. And I think from my perspective, I put so much emphasis on prevention and safety. That's like, so I'm a big fan of like, let's spend less time talking about rescue and more time talking about prevention and safety. Rescue is great. It's a great thing. It's knowledge to have. It's useful, but let's not skip prevention. Let's not skip basic principles.
It would be like with automobiles, just talking about what to do after your car crashes, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is how you do first aid. This is how you this is what you do with your car when it crashes. Do all that stuff. It's like, well, maybe we spend most of our time focused on not getting into the crash to begin with.
Yep.
And not putting ourselves in that position.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I want to share that with you. I thought it was a pretty cool video. And the Shoaldale Productions YouTube channel is full of really cool stuff. It's really insightful. He's made some really awesome videos, put a ton of time into it. I think you would dig some of the stuff.
How's the survey coming?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Hold on, let me get there. So we're
case study. Wow, case study. This is
another. So why I'm bringing this up?
For someone's PhD or something like that.
I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me answer the question about the Orlock. Just one thing at a time. You're just throwing things at me, Aaron. I gotta dodge them. Sawyer A is now crushing 38%. Cobras and NRS 24% apiece, and Canyon 14%.
Wow, Canyon's getting last. I think a lot of people haven't used the Canyon.
I don't think they know about him. I think the
Canyon's a little more spendy, isn't it? It's got more material in it. I'm guessing it's more spendy. That's the thing about this basic Sawyer is not too expensive. It's not that much brass.
That could be it. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if it is how much brass. I wonder if it's a quantity of brass. I just don't think people know about the Canyons.
Maybe, you know what? The Sawyer is probably more environmentally friendly because it takes less materials.
That's the Sawyer A.
The Sawyer.
Well, the Sawyer is just a class. It works. Sawyer A is classic. It works. It's great. I would say Canyon number 1, Sawyer A number 2, Cobras number 3, NRS number infinity. So I'm going to go on to this.
June 4th.
So this is another video from Shoaldale Productions. And he looks at incidents. And so they have the GoPro footage from this accident. And somehow he has this footage, and he put together a case study of this accident. And I think it's really cool. Talks about the rescue curve.
So I was joking about that, but it actually is like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. And I don't think we don't need to watch the whole thing. If anybody wants to watch this later, I put a link down in the show notes on the video, and it's worth watching. I think it's a really interesting thing. But the gist of it, and I learned a lot from this, and it's high water. That's an important detail. The gist of it is that the person rowing right now, or they're about to show, there's too much space in between them and the next boat. So when they have an accident, there's no one downstream. There's someone downstream to rescue them, but it just took too long to get them. Aren't these diagrams cool?
Did someone get hurt or something?
I think somebody died.
Okay.
And I can't remember, but I think somebody died. And so this boat comes in. Look at that diagram. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's a nice diagram, Zach.
I think I just really, because I want diagrams like this for my channel, but I'm trying to make diagrams like this. Like Shoaldale Productions does way better production than I do. So I recommend his channel. And so here, I think this is interesting. it's a basic maneuver from river right to river left. And I think we're going to watch some more videos. Let's go rapid here, but I think it all flows. It looks like and it's key. It's a basic maneuver. This is not a hard maneuver to get from the right to the left. That's the foundation.
Hard part is it's a tight. It looks like it's a tight spot that you have to get down there. Though you go too far or not far enough.
Yeah, I mean it's a rapid. It's a class 3 or 4 or whatever. But I think what we see is like when they couldn't self-rescue, and they could.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
it's just this little climbing loop.
Yeah, I mean it's a way if you need to get back in the boat.
Like, this is you're right. This is really good.
Yeah. So I kind of here we go. This is gonna for those of you that are bored. So yeah, somebody died.
Okay.
That's not good. Here's the prices on the things somebody wants to. Yeah, sorry, it's a lot less expensive. The Canyon is the most. Huh. I've watched this like 2 weeks ago, so I'm forgetting the exact details. But if I remember right, that the guide couldn't get back in their boat. And then the next boat was so far downstream, nobody else could help them. So self-rescue didn't happen. And then because of boat spacing, rescue from other members of your party couldn't happen. Yeah, so she's the last boat, and there's no other, like the boats are all way ahead. And I was just on a Middle Fork trip last week where our sweep boat was pretty far behind, and I wasn't happy about it. There's this new thing that our guides have invented, a lot of guides have talked about this thing called deep sweep. Have you heard that term?
We used to sit back there and smoke bowls, yeah.
I don't think it's just about smoking bowls. It's just like, I don't know. There's just like, I'm doing deep sweep. Like I'm going to pick up any messes, but you don't have to be that far back. And I'm noticing.
No. Deep sweep is not about doing a good job as a rafting guy. Deep sweep is just like being your own little personal private trip.
Yeah. Like you're just kind of doing your own thing.
And you're showing up to camp late after everyone else has got everything unloaded. It's so lazy. That's a lazy. Yeah. Not a fan.
And it's there's a perimeter line. Look,
their foot's stuck in the perimeter line. Did you see that?
I don't think it was stuck. I think they're trying to use it to get back in. Yeah. So there's the upside down boat. But when you're that far back and you have a problem, nobody's like that. Your team isn't there to help you.
No, and you can't help anyone else.
Yep.
You don't see anything that happens. It's like that's not useful. You don't know someone fell out and is that's a lazy guide thing. I'm surprised that one of your guides would do that. You can say, talking trash about him. He's like, Aaron's talking trash about you guys and embarrassing.
It's more complicated than that because they were fishing too. So
no, that's a whole different ballgame. The fishing that changes it.
But right. I mean, I think there's a difference too between we were on the Middle Fork at 2.2 feet, where like. If they had a swimmer, it still wouldn't be awesome.
No, in the fishing trips, though, you take some different risks in fishing, and it's a different scene, and it's a different thing going on.
So it was the one fishing. The sweep boat had people fishing, but at the end of the trip, I was like, we need to stop doing that. Like we need to stay tight. I'm like, we don't sell fishing trips. Like I thought about this a lot. Like we need to stay tight. If you guys have a problem, we could have gone 3 miles and not known where you were. Yeah. So
you could have got down to camp and be like, where are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this is why I'm such a fanatic about boat spacing, that we run tight, especially at high water. Like I think it's important all the time, but especially this is obviously high water when the water's high. So anyway, we're not going to go through the whole video. I just want to share this with you because I think this.
So what's going on? Why is this guy sitting in the eddy? What's that all about?
I think that is the Room of Doom, maybe. I'm not sure. I should have watched the video right before the show to be more educated. But my takeaways were 1, you need tighter boat spacing, and 2, you need the ability to self-rescue, which is the ability to get on your upside down boat, right? And if you don't have those things, tight boat spacing, the ability to get back in your boat, you should be limiting yourself to like class 2, maybe class 3.
Definitely not high water class 4.
Definitely not high water class 4. Yeah.
And another thing I'm going to say is, did they have a flip line on the bottom of the raft?
I don't think so.
No one. You know what?
That could have made a difference.
A huge difference.
You can see that where they're trying to get back in with the. Yeah, I think what happens, what I see. Let me get back to where we're at. What I see a lot of.
And I don't think they were properly clothed, honestly. Because if you're wearing proper,
are those just shorts too?
Yeah, and look at the like. I don't think people are wearing wetsuits, and that life jacket looks way too loose. Just way it's sitting on that person's head there. I mean, they're not properly geared. I mean, you've got a lot of things here that are like, it sucks. It's someone, but.
I mean, I think here's my little pedestal. What's that called again? When you stand on my soapbox. So we all boat like the same river that's like class 2 or 3 or whatever it is. It's like, and we just sort of like we get into a habit. This is how we boat, right? What are you laughing at, Aaron?
Blue Puma's comment: Zach's Church of Boat Spacing.
How about paying attention to me and stop reading the comments, bro? So
that was funny. That was really funny.
That's hilarious. But now back to my Church of Boat Spacing. I think what happens is we're so used to like running the same river at like regular flows, regular temperatures, and we take those skills and then apply them to high water. And either we don't have high water skills, or we never learn them, or there's nobody there to like, hey, let's tighten this ship up. And so when you go run rivers at higher levels, Aaron, dude, watch me, not the comments. That's disrespectful. I'm gonna turn the comments off.
The comments are so much more interesting than you, Zach. Sorry.
Hey, I'm making a very important point. When we go do rivers outside their range, whether it's super high or even super low, we have to boat with a different set of rules. And if you don't have the expertise around and leadership to apply this new skill set or the skills it takes, that's a trip that shouldn't go.
Yeah, and I'm going to say particularly with the high water. The low water, your bigger problems is most often you're getting stuck, more likely to wrap. But in general, with most
people can get pinned, like people can get pinned in rocks easier. Like there's different things. And you run into each other more. Like boat spacing might have to be a little bigger. You have to like be hyper aware of different boat spacing things because you're running into each other.
I'm just going to say, I feel like, and I could be wrong on this, I feel like there's been a lot more deaths on high water trips and a lot more bad trips when happen from high water.
Oh, sure. If we go back to the American Whitewater Accident Database.
Well, you just look at the South Fork of the American. When do they happen on the South Fork of the It's high water, high water, high water. So,
if we go, I'm going to go back to the AW Accident Whitewater Database. We looked at it the other day on Tuesday. Share screen. Here we go. It's, if you look at these, flush drowning, PFD fell off, show high water. If you look at these carefully, you'll see a lot of high water, but
no.
Yeah, there you go. High water, pack raft, high water, cold water, cold water, high water. I mean, so like if you look at the June ones, and probably if you let's go look at 40. Like in the summer, we're not having fatalities due to high water because it's not high water places. But if you look at a lot of these fatalities, you'll see a lot of high water, a lot of cold water. Yep. So high water, cold water, high water, high water, cold water, high water. Do you see all those things I'm seeing?
Totally.
And that, one boat trip, cold water, solo paddling, one boat trip, high water, high water. That's why we keep hammering these things because they're so important.
But I think going back to any trip where you don't have eddies, recovery eddies, where like where everything basically comes to a stop at the eddy, and you have time for like mediocre swimmers can easily swim to shore, and you can regroup. If you don't have eddies, level of difficulty up a bunch. And we always talk about it, it's another level up because it's continuous. But I don't think people really realize it until something like this happens, that it's like a step forward. Like maybe the moves are class 4 that day, but that's a class 5 run because there's no recovery, like that. So I think being properly clothed, having your gear fitting you properly, so you're wearing the right gear and it fits you properly. Like I saw problems with that. We talked about the boat spacing. We talked about not having flip lines on the bottom of the boats. It seems like you go through and there's so many things. If they'd done any of those things, there's a high probability that the result would not have been the same. Yeah, and I think Dustin's right. That's interesting. That's what happened. Like if you're sitting in eddy and you're part of a team, you need to be ready to go when they come down. That's the whole point of you being an Eddie, is not to watch them go by and go, oh, let's get ready to go help them. And maybe they weren't part of that same trip. But in general, if you're sitting an Eddie below a big rapid, like that's kind of standard operating procedure, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think when you're in the Eddy and they flip, you need to get out in front of them.
Yeah, totally. You want to pull up.
You have to get in front of them. That's your job. And so, and it's a skill that's hard to learn. Like that timing isn't something you can just be told in a classroom and do. It has to be practiced. You know, you can't, like, you know what I mean? Like people you see all the time, they like try to pull out in front of people and they pull behind them. You have to do it way earlier than you think. And you can do it earlier than you think because you can just paddle upstream.
Yeah.
So like,
way better to err on the side of too early than too late.
And just get out there and paddle upstream.
Yeah.
And like, let them come to you.
Or even at that point, you can hit some slower current, hit some wave sideways. There's a lot of things you can do to slow your boat down a little bit. Yeah. And usually when those boats are upside down, they're moving.
Yeah, they're moving faster than they're going.
No, see, faster. Nick, this is the thing. You're not dressing for the weather outside. You're dressing for the weather in the water. Yep. And I think that's something like you make a good point. I'm glad you bring that up because it can be really hot out. You can still wear a wetsuit. Like we used to wear, Cherry Creek, very hot in the summer. We'd wear wetsuits all summer up there. It's California in the middle of summer, and we would be wearing a wetsuit. Now, I'm just wearing the Farmer John wetsuit, which is that's going to keep my core warm and it provides padding. But I mean, if they were wearing Farmer Johns, they would have been way better off. So
if it's high water, cold water, wetsuits.
Yeah,
like it's always wetsuits. Doesn't matter what their temperature is.
The other thing I was gonna say, a couple of my friends are, if it's class 5, I'm wearing a wetsuit. Like I have a couple of friends, and that's kind of one of our themes too. If it's class 5, I'm wearing a wetsuit.
Class 5, I'm wearing a wetsuit. Interesting. I can't think of a way to the place I would dispute that. I mean, the Zambezi, does that count?
I mean, maybe I'd make an exception. There probably wouldn't wear one there, but in general, like North America boating, if it's class 5, we're in a wetsuit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
sure. Everybody can be acolytes. Keep it tight so we can stay loose. I think you know what that means. Camped at Friends Blew By. Camped at Scout Camp, Middle Fork Salmon. Friends blew by. Expected to stay. I don't understand this. Above. Friends. I don't know what that means. I camped at Scout the other day. It's fun. It's a great camp. Tinley, how are you doing, Tinley? Good. Yeah. Kadrinche. Sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Kadrinche is a thank you in Bhutanese. Tinley is a guide we work with in Bhutan.
Oh, awesome.
Kuzu Zampala, Tinley. And yeah, look forward to seeing you here pretty soon. Here we go. Camped at Scout on Middle Fork Salmon. Friends passed by instead of stopping at Sheep Eater. Asked why one boat kept going on front of oops. Friends passed by instead of stopping it. I don't understand this still.
So I'm thinking now, if somebody didn't stop at Sheep Eater, they weren't ready to pull in, and they just kept going. So the rest of the group's like, "Great, we got to go with them." I'm guessing.
One boat kept going on. Huh? I don't fully understand. Yeah, dress for the swim, not the weather on a hot day. Yeah. I mean, cold weather. I mean, Cherry Creek is class 5. The water's cold. Wetsuits. The lower T is class 4. The water's cold. You don't wear wetsuits. But if the T is at normal flows at 1,000, where swims will be kind of short, it's pool drop. But the 20 at 2,000, we're wearing wetsuits because it's continuous.
And definitely at 8,000.
Definitely at 8,000, yeah. But even 2,000.
But 8,000. Well, 2,000. I'm not there with you. I don't know if I totally agree with you at 2,000, but I'll say 8,000.
I'm not going to say no to wetsuits at 2,000.
I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say you have to. But at 8,000,
even 8,000 for sure. Even at 5,000, I'm going to tell you, 4,000 you're wearing wetsuits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
2 maybe not, but I'm probably
2,500 is I think the sweetest.
But when you're worried about a long swim, like it's cold water and you're worried about a long swim, at 1,000, 1,200, it's pull drop. You'll pull over and get stuck on a rock, and we'll get you in. But at 2,000, you could swim for half a mile, and that's the place. Missed a camp due to bad boat spacing. Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Willie Bum Bum, you missed so much. You missed the trivia question.
Oh, it's a trivia question. We shut that down. We shut down the other thing yet. The poll. Has everyone?
What is the trivia question again, Aaron? Did somebody get it? Oh yeah, Becky got the trivia question.
India Fleming, 1969, same day Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. She got that.
Got it. So Becky won. The poll is still going. I can end it here. Sawyer A 38%, Cobra's 28%, NRS 22%, Canyon, which I'm calling the Black Mambas, 12%. Should I do a new poll here, Aaron? Do you want that other new poll?
Let's do the poll because I think this is an important one.
Okay. So let me find it here. Let's see if it'll let me do another poll. It may not let me do one, Aaron. Yeah, I can't do
Becky. Becky, thanks for Becky. To clarify, big fluid water, keep it tight. Yep, both facing so we can keep it loose, fun, and relaxed. Definitely. Good point. Yeah.
Aaron, can you mess with that while I try to figure out how to...
How much points is added by wearing a wetsuit? I think it's around 6 pounds. I have it in an article. I figured it out at one point. I want to say so like
6 pounds?
6 pounds of flotation, yeah. I think it's about 6 pounds. I can bring it up. I can bring it up. Sorry, oh, great. Now, nicely done.
Okay, another poll. Got it. So the poll question is, who should we ask for a sponsor? While you pull it up.
Well, I pull up.
So the options are NRS, downstream.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you should have another. Can you have an open where people can just choose?
No, it only gives me 4 options. So downstream equipment. I'm sorry, downstream equipment. I'll write out.
We should put Cocatet on there. I'm not.
No,
maybe get some ideas. Hey, you guys, throw some ideas in the column on the right about what you guys think we should have as who should be our sponsor, and then we'll add it to the
Cascade Outfitters.
Cascade Outfitters. Yeah.
Don't bother. Most don't, because I have 4 NRS, downstream equipment, Cascade Outfitters, and who else sells rafting gear? And Sawyer. I know Sawyer won't do it, but let's throw them on there.
Cocatet?
No, let's not. Okay, Cocatet won't do it either. How about CKS, Colorado Kayak Supply? Colorado Kayak.
Yeah, CKS.
Cool. This is just fun for us. We know who to ask for a sponsorship if we get some ideas.
And if you guys have other ideas that we should add to that list, let us know that aren't on that list. If you don't agree with the list and think someone else should be on it, you can put in the comments, and then we can think about that. So.
All right, let's move through this. We got more videos to watch. A new thick wetsuits float pretty good.
Yep.
If you ducky with a wetsuit and blue jacket, you're about 24 pounds. A ducky with a blue jacket is 16 pounds.
So plus 5 is 21. Yeah.
Yeah. So 21. If you have a wetsuit, I would say a wetsuit plus a low float jacket. Is better than whatever.
It's better. You're right. It's better, but no, I'm just like,
all right.
It's not even 22 pounds of flotation.
Okay.
The basic NRS one, and like
depends what you're running. Depends what you're running, Aaron.
At 26 pounds of flotation is better.
It depends what you're running, how big you are. Like if it's me running like the Zambezi, I probably want a lot of water. If it's you skinny Aaron,
where do you want lower flotation for your inflatable kayaking?
The lower Tuolumne. I'd want lower flotation.
Why?
Because it's comfortable and it looks cool.
Okay,
the higher flotation.
There we go. That's fine.
The higher flotation. No, I want to use a lower flotation when I don't think I need the flotation. When I want to look cool and I just
the lower Tuolumne, you're excited to hit your butt on some more rocks, and that's why you want lower flotation, so your butt sits lower in the water when you swim.
I'm not excited to hit my butt on rocks. I'm gonna try not to swim. I probably, honestly, Aaron, if I ducky the lower T, I'm probably not gonna swim.
Oh, really?
Just saying. Depends on my skill level.
I think it'd be interesting. I think you have some problems at grays.
In a ducky at low water? No, come on, that's insane. That bar on Crescent City called Everett's bar on Crescent City. I think they're closed now though. Noel.
Thanks, Noel.
Air, Wing, and Sotars. Wings.
I'm gonna say we need a raft manufacturer in addition. They're not there should be a raft manufacturer to sponsor us as well. That's a good point, Willie.
I know that Sotar won't. I don't think Wing will. So Air does sponsor things, but they probably won't. Downstream means DRE. Yep, DRE. I think that's DRE. Downriver. Oh, sorry. I meant to say downriver equipment. I always get their name.
Yeah. Downriver equipment.
They will never be a sponsor because I don't even know what they're called.
Downriver equipment.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, it's not downstream, downriver.
All right, that's embarrassing. Let's move on. So let's go. I'm going to pull up another video.
Zach, we were up to 45 people watching, and then we talked about this, and then they all dropped off. We lost like 8 right away as soon as that happened.
Talked about what?
9. When we switched to start talking about that new poll.
Yeah, I mean, we're here for, we're doing the best we can, everyone.
No, sorry, guys.
So this is another video of.
Well, you really like Skull, don't you?
Well, the whole you may not hear that. Hold on, let me pause it for a second. Aaron, you may not know that every week the show has a topic. It has a general like theme. This week it's Skull Rapid.
Oh, that's helpful.
So yeah, just so you know. So I did a lead in with some other stuff. I had to get to the creature craft thing and that video of that rapid on the main salmon. But now we're getting this in the Skull.
It would be good if I paid attention to that, huh?
You should pay attention more. So this is hold on while we're just here. Oh man.
So what do you think of that rig right there?
Well, let's go back for a second.
The overloaded cataract with tons.
Can I answer that question in a second and say something else, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is we're looking at stream. This, as I understand it, Skull. I've only run this rapid once. This is the guy in that video said this is a simple move from the right to the left. So Aaron, looking downstream like this, if you have to make a move from the right to the left, how are you going to do it?
Turn my butt to the left shore and pull.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a little downstream angle. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe a little downstream angle.
Cool.
Definitely not upstream. Yeah, probably perpendicular, but we'll see. It depends how far over we want to get.
Would you have already started that? Is he?
Well, he's got to slip behind that rock right there, and there's kind of a boil off of that rock. That's kind of a tricky little spot there.
I mean, for me,
you really want to put your tail between your legs. You do the pull up high to the left and go left of that rock down there.
Oh, far left over here.
Yeah, I mean,
I would probably do that.
We call it the family channel.
But this move right is the move. This right to left in here, and I would already be sideways, even downstream angle, and pull down into that and be done. Right?
Yeah, try to cut right behind that rock. Yeah, and just like I agree.
So he's not going right to left here.
No,
it's
he's
pretty
just
apparent.
He's running the meat. Hey diddle diddle.
I think he's trying to push the move. I think that's the problem. Too many people are trying to push these moves they shouldn't be pushing. Got through that hole, and then this right side is where people get destroyed.
Oh no. Hold on. And you didn't stay in your boat too.
Wait, can I go back a second? I just want to point out one thing. I've been talking about counterbalanced doors a lot. There's counterbalanced doors. I'm not saying if you have counterbalanced doors, it means you're going to flip, but I'm seeing some correlation right now. Just, he falls out. Does the boat flip or does he just fall out? Oh, it looks like, the boat flip too. And the theme of I'm seeing when I watch these videos is this swim is not fun. Like people go down for a long time. Well, this doesn't look that bad. So now what would you do, Aaron?
Get back to the boat and just get on top of it. It's an upside down cataract. It's not going to flip back over with full gear. Oh, it's going to the eddy. That's lovely. Maybe that other raft will come help me, but I wouldn't just sit in the water.
I think they're swimming into shore, like trying to swim the cataract to shore.
Wow. I'm a big fan. I think we talked about this, having a paddle on the underside of my cataract. So especially when I can't flip back over, and then you can use that to paddle yourself in. But nice job pulling them in.
Kind of.
Oh,
there he goes. Now he's in.
He's in. Everyone's in shorts.
And there goes their boat. This is where I think it's low water. I mean, this is fine there. This isn't high water. Shorts is fine, Aaron. Did you always wear a wetsuit?
It's low water now. Okay, it's low water. This is low water now.
Yeah, this is This is definitely not as high as that last one.
Okay, I thought we were still in high water. Then I was like, oh well, people just don't wear wetsuits, I guess.
No, they don't. But I think that now his boat's going downstream. Where I think being somebody being with the boat, especially if it's flat water, really helps. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's get to some comments really quick. NRS is the biggest market. Yeah, exactly. That's why we want NRS. We want the cash. Yep, Nick agrees.
Yep, exactly, Nick. Totally.
And Nick used to live out here for everybody. Nick used to live near this river and has done it a lot, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, Nick, totally.
Cattle chips. Paul, is that sponsors we should go after?
Yeah, Blue Diamond Almond. I like the kettle chips. Sponsored by Kettle Chips. You could have that on the side of your raft. Kettle chips. That's actually sounds awesome.
We're not doing that.
Zach, maybe you could get sponsorship for your company, and you can have it like like at baseball fields they got sponsors. You can have your sponsors like Nature Valley granola bar or whatever, and put it on your boats.
Yeah, like kettle chips on the side of the boat, like a field, like we're like a Staples Center.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, name all your boats after different sponsors. So the name on the back is a sponsorship.
Watershed bags would be good too. That'd be cool.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
All right, so here's another video. So I hope you can tell, Aaron, this is higher water.
Yep, that looks a lot higher, and the guy looks better outfitted. Nice.
This is that room of doom they were just in.
Tough. That's tough. That's a tough ferry. Yeah, I might be doing a high side right there, bro. Yeah, but that looks rough.
This is why it's called the room of doom, because once you're in there, you're in big trouble. Look at this. Who's filming? Is this the Harold Flips Out video?
This Harold Flips Out video.
He left there to come back next week. What I dropped. I talked to the guys filming this. Or is that what we're watching? It's right now. Oh, Harold Flips Out. Yeah. Oh, good context, Nick. His upside down one in the room of doom near the end. He left it there to come back. Wow, that's rough. I wonder what this level. Let me know what the level. Oh, 10,000. Wait, 10,000. Yeah, when we did this, it was me, Dan, and Jeremy ran this at 10,000.
Oh wow, one butcher,
maybe. I can't remember. No
back
comments.
In the younger days. Back
no
in the
comments.
Younger days when
we gave Dan wrote it. And we gave him a medal afterwards. Oh, this is another boat. Oh, this is awesome. What's gonna happen here? That boat is trashed. Look, it looks like it got a hole in it.
Nice ferry out of there.
That's
done.
Tough. Oh. And the thing I immediately think about is who's downstream?
Hopefully there's some people downstream.
Like, is anybody downstream right now? And also the other thing, Aaron, is check out his PFD.
He's got a high flip.
You know which PFD that is?
America's Cup.
Yeah, like 32 pounds of flotation.
Yeah, and he's a big dude. He needs every pound of that. That's great.
Yep.
No, the one thing I would say here at the end, and I don't know, it may or may not keep the boat upright, is I've seen a lot of boats, when you get your weight to that downstream tube, like it may have kept him up. I'm not saying it would, it most likely would, but he would have a higher probability of staying upright at the end.
You're saying if he high-sided?
Yeah, if he high-sided before it started going up. Like,
so
I think that's
tell me when.
Before, like right here.
Yeah, I didn't see the flip coming personally.
Yeah. The interesting thing too, probably he got so far enough where he had enough time to turn and put his nose into and pull off of it that way. Like he got far out there that time. So, that was a great ferry out of there.
Yeah. This is an interesting comment. Thanks for the comment, David, the knowledge. Once a week for 12 years. That's what do you do it every week, 52 times a year?
Wow.
You do it like February 3rd. I'm curious. I'm just curious, but Dave, tell us what the line is. Are we right? Is this right to left? It seems like it's a right to left move on a downstream ferry at all levels. Right?
Yeah.
Room of doom.
So who do you think this is? Do you think this is Isaac or Nolan? I'm definitely Nolan.
It's definitely Nolan.
Nolan talks in cap locks.
There's no way this is Isaac. Yeah.
Hi, Nolan.
Yeah, come on. Isaac's busy working. Nolan's playing on the internet.
That's true. Good point. Isaac's doing his job.
Yeah. Love Harold's frame. Very nice. I deleted that already. 52 weeks a year. Is that 52? Okay, next video.
Yeah,
Nolan, we're glad you're here. Sorry to tease you. We're glad you're here. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, nice to. Actually, I owe Nolan a call. I think about calling. Okay.
Did I tell you about when I called him the other day? When I called Arda?
Yeah.
I told you that, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, another one. And this is lower water, 2000 CFS. Okay.
First of all, before we get started, Aaron, I found that video, the Shoaldale Productions one. I watched that. I really liked it. And then for the next week, I kept getting videos show up my YouTube feed. Watch this Carnage at Westwater. These are just things that if you Google like Westwater Carnage, Skull Carnage, there's a never ending, like limitless of these videos. And they're all fascinating. So this is just stuff that came up after I watched that Shoaldale Productions thing. Oh, that's not going to go well.
He's got pogies on. It's got to be pretty cool.
Man, that's unpleasant.
Oh, boy.
I really didn't want that to be me.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah!
What? He immediately throws his hands up. That's awesome.
I'm gonna say that's all like Dougie, but Dougie wouldn't throw his hands up and self efforts. He would just be patient, not move, and then roll up like 10 minutes. Like, oh.
So let's go like right now. This is those boaters in the eddy need to get out in front of these people. They needed to be. They're not doing. That's not safety. Hanging out in the eddy down there is not safety. Like safety is like looking upstream, ready to exit the eddy.
Well, they're tied off. They're taking photos.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. That's I don't know what they're doing, but they're useless.
So Zach, if this isn't your trip, you don't think you can just pull over and eat lunch here and watch everyone just get beat down?
If it's not my trip,
yeah,
I would. But I would watch everybody get beat down. Yeah, but I'd also
take photos of it.
That's their trip.
No,
you think it's a different trip?
I think it's a different trip.
Oh, okay, got it. How do you know?
Because they're tied off. They look like they're pretty firm and stuff. Yeah,
people
very
all the time.
Really
yeah, that's kind of my point. Is like setting safety is like being ready to leave the eddy when you're watching and you see the flip, you're boom, I'm out right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't setting safety. All right, here we go. More Carnage. Oh, this is not going to go well. I can already tell. That stern mount is not effective. That person, I worry they're going to get crushed. The person in the water right there. Oh, jeez. Look at that person. Whoa, did you see that, Aaron? Hold on. This swim is gnarly. Okay, you notice back here. Hold on. Let's get this. Do you see the person that fell out?
Do it again.
Okay, this is epic. Holy cow. These videos are priceless. Okay, so there's 3 people in the front. And first of all, you agree with me that the stern mount is a ridiculous idea here?
It's a weird setup, that's for sure.
It's not the right. So we're here. They go into this hole, and they're sitting on a sup to make things even harder. They're sitting on a sup, so there's not just a guy falls out right here. Boom. Do you see the head?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm thinking he's about to go this narrow channel, and I don't want to crush this person. This poor person could get crushed between the rock and the raft. Look at this. That could have been nasty. See his head pop up?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes back down. Back up. And now the raft's next to him. That is an ugly swim. Oh, this is awesome. What do you think they're going to flip? That tiny little boat into the hole. Oh, it's probably going to make the right channel because it's right behind the other boat. Oh.
Helps to have a smaller boat, I guess.
Sunny sides line. Wyatt disappears for 20 seconds. Oh, Wyatt, you have no idea what's coming. Oh, Wyatt. Can Wyatt self-rescue? Oh, the guide is Wyatt. Oh. I don't really want to go do this rapid. This looks scary to me. Huh. It's not good. Oh, there's Wyatt. The boat did better without a guide. That was like a sweet line. Oh, those are the same guys from a different perspective. This video is great. I didn't know this was all here. Going to the hole sideways. I mean, what? Come on. Literally, your only goal. Hold on. This is what's frustrating. Okay, at this point, your number one goal is don't hit the hole sideways. That's all you have to do is not hit the hole sideways. Literally be anywhere but the hole and be anything but sideways. And somehow he turns his boat to go side. Like, what? Why?
Maybe he's trying to slow it down. Maybe he's trying to hit that
couldn't
feature
do it
and slow
any
down.
worse. You couldn't do it any worse. Sorry,
I mean, he literally corrected to yeah, no, that is
he falls in the hole. Homeboy in the front is hanging on for dear life. This is why when I scout rapids with people and they get like super focused on like all the details and everything, I'm like, your only goal is to not hit this hole sideways. Just focus on one thing you can get done.
Totally.
Like if you can get past the first feature, you're probably gonna come out fine. But to hit the first feature sideways is unbelievable. This is sweet, but it's a great video. Oh, I wish he would have stayed in longer. And watch the boat with no guide. He's paddling with the oar. The boat with nobody rowing is gonna have this awesome line. Look at that. This is a great video. That's a lot of people. All right, we have 2 more videos and then we're done. Let's go through some comments real quick. Water line is right of that hole that messed him up. Then upstream sideways, very back to the left. Wow, that's cool. That's sweet. I didn't realize you could do that run year round. It makes sense though, because it's in the desert. All right. 2 more videos are in.
It's a lot of Skull Rapid, man.
Dude,
it is amazing how it is all over the internet though. You go, I can't get on and look at Rafting stuff without getting Skull Rapid pushing.
Skull Rapid Carnage.
Oh shit.
Yep. Is that just wait? That's just the whole. Again, they're pulling upstream, trying to back ferry.
No, they want to slow down. Exactly, that's a known technique to slow down as you hit the hole, so you have less momentum.
No, it's not a known technique. Everybody, please remember, this is entertainment, not education. Like they're trying to back ferry. I think this is the thing I'm finding is people are so focused on back ferrying everything. They just learn about these
because these classes just teach everyone to pull.
We do teach to pull. We teach to pull.
Pull away from danger, I believe.
Yep, that is a thing. That's why we're now saying pull away from the line to danger.
Yeah, just don't pull straight upstream on the line to danger, which was what they were doing. Yeah, totally. That's a good point.
Like think of the line and pull if not line to danger. And now, I think if I remember this video, that the kayakers in the eddy are their safety. Yeah, and this.
I remember this. The motor.
Do we already watch this one? There's no Echo boat. Do we already watch this one? See, it has Echo in the front.
We might have watched this one, or maybe that motor guy just spends a lot of time down there.
But this is where let's go back because this is just the same thing again and again.
So, how do you feel about their spacing, Zach?
Is this the same group or different groups? But that kayaker, the kid flips.
Is that a one boat trip then?
I don't know. This could be lead boat. The kayaker could have been like the safety kayaker, but that kayaker, as soon as they saw the flip, should have peeled out and been in front of this. The kayaker is going to catch him. It's going to be fine. But those two need to be getting on the boat. It's cool. That's an Echo boat. I'm assuming this is all as one group, and the kayaker's with them. But I have no idea. All right. And the last one. We went through these pretty fast.
Oh, Aaron took the video. Aaron, that's your motor rig? That's sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Took the video from the motor rig. Thanks for sharing.
It's all one group. So he's saying it is all one group. And I would say like their spacing is really not good. And maybe it's hard to keep good spacing in there, but they're so far apart.
Is the motor rig? Oh, whoa, this video is awesome. Hold on, let's go back. This is hilarious. I love this video. Okay, hold on. Is the motor rig? Oh, not your rig. Was the motor rig? Did it go up from the bottom to the bottom of school, or was it part of the trip? Like, was this motor rig going top to bottom, or did it motor up to there and motor? I don't understand why the motor rig's there and how it's there.
I think they run the river in the motor rig, don't they?
They just put it in and take out, and they just have a motor. They sit there and take videos. Huh. Do you have a blue carpet? What is that? It's like a blue carpet.
It's like padding.
Okay.
Yeah, they took it down from the top. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's tricky taking a motor rig down the river. The motors aren't designed for that. It's a stressful little scene. All right, here we go. So sitting in the back.
Okay, look at that oar lock that came out. How did that happen?
What do you mean?
Watch. Oh, right there. See how the oar in his right hand popped out of the Cobra?
Yeah.
So his oar wasn't tuned right.
Yeah.
Wow. Watch this. Boom, falls out. You know what I'm gonna say right now, Aaron?
What's that?
You know what I'm gonna say, don't you? How he could have kept from falling out?
Having pins and clips?
Pins and clips, man. Pins and clips.
It would have lot better. You wouldn't have had that oar come out of its.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have popped the same way. Yeah, totally.
Yep.
It would have been better. All right, that's a nice. That's a beautiful dismount, though.
Hold on. Once again, though, it's not beautiful. Come on.
That's like one of the slowest, most graceful dismounts I've seen.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, it really was a nice one. He just kind of flipped out, feet straight over the top. He kind of had him like, if it was like a swim dive, he'd had it all perfect lined up. His legs are all lined up. Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Once again, your only goal is to not run this hole sideways. That's all you got to do. Either don't hit the hole or don't be sideways. But you cannot hit the hole and be sideways. And guess what? Hits the hole sideways. I'm sorry for being a critic. It's just like, how hard is it to not hit this hole sideways? I guess they would do the same to me. So we got number 2 on the job. That's cool. This guy's ready to rock. Oh, that's one of those aluminum hold on. Aaron, that's one of those aluminum raft ladders. Do you see it? His spare oar, hold on. His spare oar, looks like, I think, is caught on some raft ladder contraption.
Oh, yeah.
Look what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look at that. Look how that's pretty cool. He's on that rock.
That's a good way. Yeah, that's a good job. I love swimming onto rocks like that, where it just kind of pillows up on you. You swim and get up on top of the rock.
Nice job, David. Oh. And he jumps in like a hero.
Yeah, good move.
Hold on. Oh, here's my only thing. There's a motor up there. Weren't you worried about being cut by that motor?
Well, they got a motor out the flat water, I guess.
Yeah, but jumping on top of that motor seems scary to me. That's pretty cool, though.
That dude's having a good time. Oh,
the other thing is, man, I hate being this guy, but I'm going to bring this up. So he has his little kayak rescue harness. Do you see this in his hand? The little tether from his rescue thingy.
Yeah.
That he has to clip back on. So at some point his rescue tether came off, and it looks like a non-locking carabiner. Like basically he had a rope. I guess he could release it if he had to, but his fancy little harness thing came undone. That's not good. He just clips it on somewhere real quick. So I'm not a fan of those for rafting. I just don't see the value of those rescue harnesses.
Zach, they're just the same thing why you wear your little cute little no float jackets. They look cool.
Good point. Touche.
Oh.
Is this the same guys from a different perspective? 8 seconds underwater. Hey, we just saw 20, so 8 doesn't seem like a big deal. Hey, there he is. 8 seconds underwater. Oh,
but 8 seconds seems like an eternity, Yeah,
but that. 20. Remember the 20 we saw?
Well, 20 is an eternity.
20 seconds underwater is a long time. This video is so awesome. That's a nice ship right there. That's sweet.
Nice shipping.
This guy knows what's up.
Oh.
That raft ladder is getting
this
in
is
the way
why I
again.
don't like people sitting behind me too, because like if he catches an oar, the dude in the back's really likely to just get nailed.
Okay, so I got a couple comments. I think he's running those 10-inch oar towers, those 10-inch NRS oar towers, and so his oars are really wide out.
Yep.
Right, and so it's really hard to ship when your oars are that wide out. So he did the best he could. Right here again, like, oh man, there's so much going on here. So he's doing the best he can, but if his oars weren't so wide out, or he could just lean to the right here and keep that from, oh geez. And his raft ladder's caught up on his strap again too. Yeah, a little bit of a lean to the right would have kept that from happening, or narrow oar towers, or pins and clips would have kept that from happening. I like how his assistant gives him his oars. Yeah, I think I'm going to give an opinion. I think his oars, those 10-inch oar locks are really making his oars seem weird.
It might be the camera too. His oars are right. The position's good in terms of, where they are. I think the angle of the camera makes it look like he's pulling higher than he is.
No, but do you see on his right side, he's not up against, he has oar rights, but it's not up against the thing. So they're right there, I think. But if he pushed his oar out 6 inches, they'd be off a little bit.
It looks like the right one's lower down too. It's not up as high as the left one.
Yeah, they're counterbalanced. So that's, I'm just saying, Carnage and quarter counterbalancing kind of goes hand in hand. But I just think these 10-inch oar towers means his oars are splayed out too far, making it hard to effectively row.
I haven't noticed that much. I haven't noticed that problem with them. But it makes it definitely harder to ship. We got a lot of comments.
Okay. Here we go. Wow, that's interesting. This guy wanted to swim with all those camera angles rolling. Notice the convertible oar lock opening up. Yep. I don't think. Do you think he wanted to swim? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, if you run with that much video, if you don't want to swim, you're gonna swim. So
I mean, he probably has a lot of views on his thing. So good point. The main oar's under the ladder. I mean, I'm like kind of indifferent towards ladders before this video, and now I'm kind of annoyed by ladders. Like that ladder got in their way quite a bit.
If you were swimming on the outside of the boat too, that would have been scary. I thought the ladder's folded down. It looked like
There's
it was
different
already
ones.
deployed.
There's different ones. There's one that like scissors, like kind of comes down and scissors up to the side. I think that's the one, but I think it came undone. I think it came undone. That's smart. A PFD on the motor, because I don't.
Yeah, padding on the motor would be nice.
Yeah.
You put some padding over the top of it.
Oar lock not tuned right. Popped way below the rep. Yep. I tuned ours to be tight in the bare shaft. Yeah. The only thing is, it's a problem with the Cobras is they're hard to tune because it's so much brass. They're not easy to tune, so you might get lazy and not tune them right. Whereas the Sawyer A's, you just smack them with the rock and they tune really nice. Great. Yeah, PFT in the motor. And the cowtails, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, we can cover this real quick.
It should just be the ugly. Cowtails, the ugly.
I mean, do you ever wear a cowtail, Aaron?
You know me, Zach. I never wear a rescue vest.
Yeah. I mean, here's my take, and I'm going to get some hate out of this, but whatever. I think they're should be exclusively used for safety kayaking. Mm-hmm. And some kayakers. So if you're kayaking class 5, there's probably times when they're useful. Like I have a friend who got pinned and he was underwater and is able to like reach his hand up with a cowtail and they're able to pull him out. So like in some class 5 kayaking examples, they're great. If you're safety kayaking, which means you're responsible for other people, whether they're other kayakers or rafters, I think they're a great tool to have. And so when I'm working in a safety kayaking role, whether it's other kayakers or rafters, I wear my cowtail. But mine's tight to my body. It's not one of those like that guy's with hanging down and whatever. And my thinking is, it's the only tool you have to pull an unconscious swimmer to shore. If you ever tried to push like I've never tried to push a dead body to shore, but like we have a dummy that represents a dead body. You just can't with a kayak push it to shore. You really have no way to get it to shore other than clip something onto it and then drag it to shore. So
Zach, don't you also wear it to the bar?
To go drinking? No.
To look cool.
It does look cool. I mean, the coolest look you could have is like the PFD, the big river knife, like a couple carabiners, a pulley hanging off of one, like your rescue harness, like up across, like there's the side of your PFD and then there's the up across your chest, all the way around, like it's an award you got for like military service.
There's some patches on it.
Some patches. You have your river knife here, and you have two. You have like a little bear claw somewhere, and like a big old knife here.
Would you have your Swiftwater? Would you have your Swiftwater rescue patch on the back of
patch?
The jacket?
Yep. Got all the things. And your 16-pound vest. You have like 5 pounds of metal in your 16-pound vest. The bad and the ugly of these things is they do add weight. So like the cowtail
and drag.
So it's like harder to swim for yourself. It's hard to swim in. You have less flotation. You might be like, well, it's only like 2 ounces, but it's 2 ounces. And it adds up. It's additive. Once you add like the ring in the back and the carabiner up here and your fancy knife and all your carabiners and your stuff, that stuff is additive. And a few ounces becomes a few pounds really quick. And there are several examples of people getting them stuck on trees and whatever when they swim and dying because, you know, their cowtail gets stuck. So I know they're releasable from both sides theoretically, but they're not perfect. So I don't know. I think my general take is, go ahead.
When do you use them when you're rafting? That's my thing is.
So for rafting, I mean, so there's two things. If you're a kayaker and you wear your kayak vest rafting, I kind of see it.
Can't you take it off though very easily?
It's kind of a pain. But you could take it off. But you have to take it off and put it on every time. I have the luxury of having multiple PFDs. So I have like my safety kayak and PFD that's set for safety kayak, and it has the tools I use when I safety kayak, which is a CPR mask, a knife, like I guess my cowtail. That's about it, right? But I save that for safety kayaking, and then I have my raft guiding vest, which has more flotation. Right, it's a different vest. My safety kayaking vest, I have low flotation because I'm kayaking. My raft guiding vest doesn't have the cowtail and it has more flotation. So it's a different vest. My like being cool guy vest, you know, has none of this stuff, but it looks cool. Depends who I'm paddling with. I'm trying to impress them. But they add weight and they get stuck on things. So anyway, really bum. That's the whole
and
video.
Create a lot of drag. I think you get caught on stuff. I think that's like getting caught getting in and out of the boat. They just like if you're swimming in the water is going to, you know, push you more places. It's going to be harder to swim where you want to go. Having like cowtails and that stuff on there, having all that stuff dangling.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So you're not being as safe. And now that you mentioned it, Willie Bum Bum, who's that handsome guy? Yeah, look at that. Do you see it? This is a gear garage I did about safety harnesses right here. So you can watch it. And I talk about them a little bit. And the PFD I'm wearing is the one I wear when I'm safety kayak. I'm working in some sort of safety kayak role. Right, I have my little, do you see my harness, Aaron?
Yeah.
Right there. It's super tight to my PFD. It's not just this big old thing that's like dangling everywhere. It's hardly noticeable. I'm not doing it to like look cool. It's just whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that guy was sitting a little high too. Like,
but he has to sit high because he's got the high.
No. I think it's the opposite. He has the high oar towers because it's sitting high. That's the problem. People sit too high.
You think he went that way?
Then they get the high towers. I see it a lot when I teach classes. I show up and I see high seats, high oar towers. I'm like, let's figure out how to drop your seat and bring your oar towers in because it's really hard to row with those 10-inch oar towers. I would suggest those NRS 10-inch oar towers come with a warning. It says like for flat water only because they're not that great for white water. It has to pull above shoulders though. Yeah,
Sean, I was wondering. It kind of looked like that, but I was wondering if also it was the angle of the camera because like the camera was sitting down looking up at him, and maybe it looked like his arms because it didn't. When he put him down.
That's the
I'm
and that's the
not
problem.
sure. I'm gonna say
that's the
I'm
problem
not sure.
with the wide oar towers. They really change the geometry. They make things super awkward, and so like down they're fine, but then your up is way too high. Like those 10-inch oar towers really mess with the geometry. What if you mounted the ladder?
So Dustin, do you ever bounce off a rock with the front or the back of your boat? I mean, I could see that ladder just getting bent and popping a hole in your raft. All sorts of problems with it, right?
I mean, I think it's great for class 1 and 2. I could see the value in class 1 and 2. I think above class 2, they're probably not appropriate.
Do they always hang below the side, or do they sometimes they up high enough that you could bounce off rock still with it if it was attached?
Well, if you use this fancy SDG river ladder, not a big deal. And you could win this by becoming a member and
I'm gonna be careful. Becky may have wanted it this week.
Becky maybe did win it. You do have to be careful.
Yeah, no, Becky wants the ladder. She does want the ladder. Good choice, Becky. Got an email from her. She wants the ladder.
Oh, sweet. We can finally stop advertising for them.
She said, I think I want the ladder. But she's also got a kid. So, it'd be great with the kid. So, like, if you're like or like on the Rogue and you're like hanging out, just jumping off the raft and everything like that, and just climb up.
And you're tired of pulling them back in. As a guide, when all can we go for a swim, Zach? I'm like, yeah, you can. In my mind, I'm like, I got to pull all of you back in like 2 minutes.
If you have one of those little ladders, Zach, you just
be like, crawl in, get under.
Discharge the ladder and just put the ladder out. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
David, you never got a patch. I'll send you. Hey, David, send me an email. I'll send you a patch. Not a rescue patch, but I'll send you a patch. Send Aaron an email. Then Aaron will email me. I'll send you a patch. I got lots of patches.
Yes.
My PFTs at rafting casting cattails knowing when it comes undone, been lucky to catch. Yeah. I mean, that's what most people do. Not everybody can afford to have multiple PFTs like Aaron. But I mean, I think it's nice if you do a lot of boating, which Willie Bum does. It's nice to have a different PFT for different applications, I think. And
yeah, I kind of agree with you. The kayaking PFD. I want a different PFD for. I've always had a different PFD for kayaking than rafting, a lower volume one for kayaking,
and PFDs wear out based on time and use. And so, if you had 2 PFDs and used each of them less, they'd wear at a slower rate. So
you put a little more money up front, but over the long haul, it's not.
Yeah. But something looked off, and I think it's
one looked different than the other 2. I agree. I think one of the towers had fallen out a little bit. Yeah.
Then that's again the problem with those 10-inch oar towers is there's so much leverage on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to keep because all you do is you're tightening bolts down to the frame. It's just friction, and so when they're longer, they have so much friction they just don't work. So, I mean,
Zach,
our list of NRS products you should never buy is getting longer, and one of them is 10-inch oar towers.
Speaking of that, I've got a really important question to ask you.
Okay.
What is the survey saying?
Oh, sorry. Oh, didn't you say at the beginning?
Sorry, Zach. Can I ask you a question?
Wait, hold on. Let's go to the survey first, and then we'll do the question.
Zach,
NRS
50. Can you give me some feedback?
Is that it?
Can I give you some feedback?
No, I don't want feedback.
Okay.
Can I give you some feedback?
Yes, go ahead.
Rub in your sunscreen, dude. It's embarrassing.
I actually wiped most of it off. It's way better than it was.
It was worse, but it's still not great. This is a high level TV show. All right, you want to hear the results of the poll?
Yes, I'm dying to hear.
NRS 52%, downstream equipment, which I meant to write down river equipment 21%, Cascade Outfitters 24%, CKS 3%.
Well, it sounds like if we did the other 3. Wait, how much was NRS 52?
52.
Oh man, they got over half.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping downstream would do a little better on there.
Well, because I wrote the wrong names, Downriver. I already messed up that sponsorship. I called them the wrong thing. I love the people at Downriver. If it was up to me, it would be Downriver because, I mean, they make a lot of great equipment. There's so many cool things they make. They make that like really cool foot pump hand wash thing. I love their frames. I have a bunch of their frames for our low water trips.
I feel like they're a little more humble too, like a little more quiet and just kind of getting it done. Like they're not out there. They're just kind of getting it done.
They're like the underdog. They're the underdog. Yeah. I think.
But I mean, if we produce great equipment, totally.
Yep. I mean, if I had to choose who our sponsor it would probably be. If it was one of those 4, I'd probably want Downriver. But I mean, NRS has the fat pocketbook.
And NRS has way more stuff, so we get more swag.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Oh yeah, is that we're killing our? No, we're being legit. We're helping. We're giving NRS feedback on their stuff. If we don't tell them, who's going to tell them? Right? There's some stuff they make that's not very good. They should know that. Right? That's being a good sponsoree, like a good sponsored person. Say, hey, maybe you should stop selling some of this stuff. Willie Bum Bum, new green jacket every 3-year minimum. I mean, that's if you boat as much as you do, yeah, for sure. If you boat 4 times a year, I think you can go longer. But the flotation does go away over time, even if you don't use it. So I see what you're saying. But this is where like I would, the green jacket is not my favorite jacket, right? If you're doing big water, maybe isn't rafting is maybe not appropriate. Like Willie Bum Bum, if we go raft the wind at like 7.5 feet, well, I mean, Willie Bum Bum's not my size. I'm not going to wear a green jacket at high water. Willie Bum Bum, isn't fat like me, so he can maybe get away with it.
I'm not, Zach. I'm not fat like you, and I wouldn't wear a little life jacket in the green.
You're bigger than Willie Bum Bum, though.
Am I? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think you're taller. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, I think most of us should not be wearing green jackets. Green jackets were designed for Class 5 kayakers. That's what they were designed for. And I have people call me all the time. They're taking our classes like, oh, I haven't bringing my green jacket. Like a lot of people who are new to rafting are buying green jackets, and they weren't designed for rafting. They were designed for Class 5 kayaking. They look cool. They have lots of fancy safety features, but they're features we don't need. I mean, most people should be buying jackets that MTA stopped making, unfortunately. I don't know. The NRS, no, speaking of our theoretical sponsor, the NRS, what's it called? The guide jacket, high float guide jacket?
The
big water jacket. Yeah. I think that's a good one.
That's the best high volume jacket you can buy right now. But go back to Wolf's question. What do we want? Do we want cool gear or just money? I think I know what my answer is. What's your answer to this?
I don't want to. I want the notoriety. I want to be able to say sponsored by NRS.
And I'm gonna say I'll take anything.
Really?
Yeah. I'll take anything to say we can be sponsored. Well, I'm pretty much the same as you. You just want to be sponsored. It's the same idea. I'll take anything. I'm not getting anything right now, so one's more than zero. It's not a lot, but it's more than zero. So.
No, I really want their. Well, no, we love NRS. They do great stuff. Some of their products kind of aren't that great.
Michael, they make so many products. When the company makes as many products as they do, they're going to have some fabulous, and they're going to have some where there's better options out there. And I think that's the thing is like, Zach will say they suck. Some of their stuff sucks, and I don't.
I don't say they suck. I just say some of the products aren't very good.
And I would say
I use the word suck.
I would say all their products work well. There's some places where
their knives don't work well.
Well,
the knives do not work.
They work. The knives work as well as a lot of other river knives out there.
Spread peanut butter.
But I'll say the knives are a classic example. There's some stuff out there where there's better options available.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. There's better
because like NRS stuff isn't like crappier than everyone else's. There's just certain stuff that NRS does really well, and there's other stuff where like, no, you're better off with the Gerber. You're better off with this.
Yeah, like this dry box is awesome. It's not dry, but it's pretty dry. They need to change the dry and put it in quotes. But other than that, these are great. I just used this a ton last week. I love these boxes.
Yeah.
I think using the word dry is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's close enough of an approximation.
But you still own one and you'd buy another one.
I own like 8 of them. And I'd probably buy more. I just ordered, I have a box of NRS stuff in my front area. We had to get PFDs. Like we have 45-pound kids on a trip coming up. Well, the only place you can, like the youth PFD stops at 50 pounds, but NRS makes a PFD that's an NRS branded PFD that is the only one I can find that fits this application. And it's actually pretty well thought out.
What do you mean? How much weight do you need it to be for?
Well, less than 50.
What weight?
45 pounds.
45. Because like the
most of them,
Stoichkos makes that life jacket too.
Well, let's get that. This is the one I bought. I have 4 of them. I just picked them up today.
Yeah, because you love NRS, right? That's why.
They make a great NRS Crew Child PFD. The only caveat with this PFD is that it says ideal for flat water boating and close to shore safety.
Here, I'm gonna share with you.
Okay.
Here, the StoleQuest one I think is a little bit better. And this is one of those things, and we can talk about it.
Are you sharing this? Or are you
yeah, I'm sharing right now. Here, the StoleQuest. See the StoleQuest. This is they got the infant version, which we have for my daughter, and we're probably gonna get this other one, the 30 to 50 pound one.
Hold on.
It's got a crotch strap on it, and it fits really well. It does a good job. Like the little one we have that she's about to grow out of because she's just about 30 pounds. It's great.
StoleQuest.
Infant life jacket. You can just go to my website, Infant Life Jacket. You can go BR Expeditions Infant Life Jacket review, and I talk all about it. Okay, Zach.
Is it this one? Where do I buy it? Can I buy it off your website? Is this the one?
You can buy it through my website. Just go through my website.
Wait, I'll make sure I buy it through so you get the money from it. Don't worry. But less than 30 pounds. This is infant. What if they're more than 30 pounds?
No, there's two. There's two at the bottom. Scroll to the bottom, and I got the infant, and I got the children's version.
Okay, hold on. Child, this one right here.
Yeah. Or here, like
30.
This is confusing. I gotta stop sharing.
Hold on. As a younger one begins to paddle and kick in the water, PFDs. What's everybody seeing here? We're both reading.
There we go.
Got it. So this is the one, but make sure I buy it through your website so you get your 2% commission. I got it.
Yeah.
But is this though? My question is this appropriate for whitewater?
But I mean, it looks more appropriate than the other one.
Got it. Type 3. That's key. With 8 pounds. So this has 8 pounds of flotation, right? And then NRS. Let me go back. The NRS one might have more than that. Where is the flotation specs? 7.4. So pretty close.
The baby, the infant StoleQuest has 7.6.
But the key is they both have this little loop for the leg. I think that's an important thing because you worry with small kids.
The crotch strap is nice.
The crotch strap is sort of critical here.
The other thing I like about the NRS one is kids will unzip stuff, man. And the other one's got that buckle on it too.
Oh, that thing right there.
Yeah, they'll unzip it. You know, kids like to put zippers, and the clip they're not as good with clips yet.
Yeah.
So
okay. Anyway, let's get back to this show. I mean, Michael, we honestly are serious about wanting our sponsorship, but we do have to keep it real. Like they make a lot of great stuff, but they make a lot of stuff that's like it's suspect. That's
we purchase a lot of their stuff, but we're not going to.
If we were, I mean, it's not honest to say we love everything NRS makes. We have to point out the stuff that's not good, and it just happens to come up a lot. But we need to be better at pointing out the good things they make.
But then I'll say like the dry suits. Their dry suits now that they're using Gore-Tex dry suits, I'm excited about the dry suits because the dry suits in the past were problematic.
Hold on, I'll show it to you. I'll have one right here.
Ooh, see, there we go. Talking about how great NRS is again.
See? Boom. NRS dry suit. Their new Gore-Tex suit.
What kind of zipper does it have on it?
It has a plastic one, which I think you don't like, but I don't mind.
I don't like it, but I think you don't mind it. Yeah.
The reason I think and I'm not a zipper expert. It's this one. This is the plastic one, right? I'm not a zipper expert, but the plastic one in the field you can fix. The metal one I don't think you can. I'm not saying you can always fix it, but it's fixable in the field. So if you have this
the plastic is fixable in the field.
If it comes off of its rails or whatever, you can like get it back in the zipper thing. Sometimes, not always.
Okay.
So it's not like it's totally worthless, but it's a good zipper. And yeah, I've been rocking this dry suit for a while. You can see it's a little dirty.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a new Gore-Tex Pro.
What do the wrists look like on it?
The wrist looks great. Like this.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
And then how about the ankles?
Wait, the ankles, the feet. So they did one thing that's super smart. I did a whole Gear Garage on this one. Oh, sorry, it's kind of dirty.
Oh.
I did a whole episode on this one. One thing I like is that it's elastic here and not this Velcro cuff. You know, when it's a Velcro cuff and you take your dry suit off and you forget that you Velcroed it, you got to pull it back up and undo the Velcro.
Yeah, that's interesting. But now this will be interesting. I like to wear booties with my dry suit a lot of times. And so I like the Velcro over my booties because it holds the booties on there. So it's less likely to get washed off the
elastic is good enough. I like the elastic one.
That doesn't look that tight. I'm not a fan.
Booties? What do you mean booties?
Like wetsuit booties, you know, to keep my feet from being cold.
Nobody does that. Just you. That's a silly thing you do. You just stop. Get some shoes like an adult.
Thanks.
I'm gonna buy you some shoes. Like nobody's wearing booties anymore, Aaron. This isn't 1994.
I have shoes. I wear those sometimes too, but I also like wearing. I like wearing booties with my wetsuits because it protects those socks a lot more too. And most of the time when I'm doing dry suit trips, I'm like most of the time it's like I'm doing something where I'm swimming a bunch, and I'm swimming all day, and the booties are great for swimming in. They just work really well for that. Keep my feet warm.
And so you want the Velcro so that your booties stay on better?
Yeah, because the top of the boot will get full of water and get like washed off.
Okay. All right. Well then, I like the Velcro. Aaron doesn't. But anyway, like, look, I have interesting stuff. But sure, be honest, but perhaps behind the scenes in direct comment. Oh, okay. So we should only be honest in private, but in public we should not.
Oh, so I see. Just talk trash about people behind their back.
Yeah, that's smart. That's. I'm going to disagree with you there, Michael. I think I feel like we have a responsibility to share honest feelings about things with everybody.
And
people, I've badmouthed other products before through the YouTube channel, and it's made people really mad. And I think badmouthing is a little bit more of a. I don't mean to badmouth it. I didn't come on the show to like say how bad NRS Orlocks are, but I think people need to hear, because I have friends that have broken a lot of oars. This is a specific example with those NRS Orlocks, not relays, and they don't bend. And so I feel like part of our job is to educate on some of these products. So if you're doing like flat water, those NRS Orlocks are great. But if you're a whitewater boater, you might want to avoid them. And I feel like to be fair
to NRS too, is they keep selling because people keep buying them, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
And so
somebody went to them and said, hey,
if we can change the demand to be like, buy this product instead, NRS will adjust to it as well. They're very capable of meeting the needs. So
yeah. But I want to while we're on this topic, I do want to point out one thing with their Orlocks. Right. So these are the Orlocks that they sell. So you can buy the Cobra, you can buy the one I have here, the Shank bronze one, and you can buy the. What happened to the Super Strong? Wait, they used to have one called the Super Strong.
And you don't like the Super Strong?
No, it's pretty bad too. But they must have stopped selling it. Wait, that's weird.
Maybe they have a webpage of gear Zach doesn't like, so we hide it now.
No. Well, anyway, there's one called the Super Strong that's like this aluminum one, but bigger. But the thing is, they don't sell the Sawyer A, right? And so I think they should, because the Sawyer A is different than this one. This one doesn't bend. And so if you look at their webpage and you look for Orlocks and you don't like the Cobra, you're going to buy this one. And
Zach, they bend. The NRS ones bend.
This one here, Aaron, listen to
me. Which one is the one?
This one that you can buy right now from NRS does not bend.
Oh, the Brain Shock. Okay, that one doesn't bend. Because I have NRS ones that bend.
They don't make those anymore. They're not for sale on their website. I'm here right now. Like, there's 5.
What's the other NRS one there down below? What's the difference between those two?
Oh, here we go. That shows them all. Got it. So we have, hit this. Let me see if I can get all these up in one page. Okay, so we have this Super Ston, which I think is this one.Maybe this is the Super Ston. I don't know. The Atomic.
I think that's the bigger problem, is we don't know which is which, and that's a problem.
Wait, so there's a Super Strong and there's a Shank Bronze. Maybe this one, the Shank Bronze does bend.
Because I have one that bends.
Oh, but this one says specifically, they do not fin NRS or mounts, are not for heavy boats and whitewater.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Our proprietary has outstanding rebound memory in the horns. Which
means
there
you go. So you need to read what you're buying, and you're fine. It's not NRS's problem. It's people buy the wrong ones, like you, Zach, because you bought them and you didn't read what it was.
I didn't buy them.
Oh,
this is somebody else. And then the Super Strong. This is another one. It gives you amazing strength and outstanding rebound memory. Outstanding rebound memory means it doesn't bend. It goes right back to exactly where it was. Right. And so my point is,
that doesn't mean it doesn't bend. That just means it means it goes and go back
to where it was. So you can't tune them.
I guess
you can't adjust them to your orders. So my point is, like, they don't sell the Sawyer. They sell a Sawyer product, the Cobra, but they don't sell the A. So let's say you're going to go buy some Orlocks, right? And like, oh, I want just a normal Orlock. The option for an Orlock that bends is not on their website. So people are buying these things, and I think I think it's important that people know that these maybe aren't the best Orlocks. So I'm going to be honest.
Maybe they don't sell those because people don't buy them. Everyone buys the Cobras or the cheap ones.
I mean, according to our poll, the Sawyer A is the most popular Orlock out there. Our poll, it wasn't like 52% or like 40. I don't know. According to our poll, Sawyer A is number one.
It's probably because you put it first.
Come on, ridiculous. Anyway, Michael,
we got a lot of comments.
Okay, but anyway, Michael, we'll just agree to disagree on this one. Thank you for being a member.
No, but I think Michael, you have a good point. The way we talk about NRS probably doesn't give us the best opportunity to be sponsored by them.
But we do love them.
We do. But Michael is right.
Yeah.
We are not brown nosing nearly enough if we really want that sponsorship.
But Aaron, if we're gonna choose between honesty and brown nosing, what do you think? What are we gonna choose?
Well,
I'm gonna choose honesty.
I know what I'm gonna choose.
I know what you're gonna choose, though. That's for sure. I've known you for a long time. I know exactly what you're gonna choose. I'm gonna choose honesty. I'll let you choose the other thing.
Exactly. You're not being honest right now again, Zach. Just tried to brown nose.
Oh. After assuming Crystal last year, yeah, max flotation guy. Exactly.
Yep. Thanks for sharing that. Yes.
Not that you're fat, but fat floats.
I feel like this isn't once a show.
Just for the record, I am fatter than Aaron, but I don't float higher than Aaron in the same PFT.
No. Flotation. He's saying without PFT. He said your body is more neutral in water than mine is.
Yeah, but we're talking
less dense.
But it's like 1 pound. It's like minimal compared to how much flotation. It's like a minimal amount.
And it's a good point. Is like the big problem with the flotation is when you go off a drop or something, you get shot down, and then you go deep. Is you've got all that momentum because you're a bigger person, and the life jacket needs to fight that momentum. So, yeah,
I'm a big fan of like, it's not that flotation. It's not about size. It's about weight. It's about mass. Yeah. So if you have more mass, you need more flotation. So body size usually correlates to mass. Doesn't always.
Because your problem isn't floating at equilibrium. Your problem is when you're accelerating.
How fast you move up. When you go down, you want to accelerate up. Exactly. Well, because I have so much mass, it takes a lot more flotation to accelerate my body to the top of the surface. Yeah. I'm getting ahead of let's see, I'm getting ahead of things here, flotation. So our next comment, a Mustang bought MTI and they're making some high flow jackets. They're super expensive.
Are they making high flow jackets again?
I don't think so. That's why I brought can you see this?
I can. Where are their high flow jackets? Because I have one here at my house. I can go grab it out of the when we pull down my high flow jacket.
So
I'm gonna pull a Zach collar. I'll be right back. You can keep looking.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. So this is maybe the Universal Fit flotation vest. This is kind of dorky. I don't think this is it is a type 3. So I don't think this is the one they're talking about. I do know they put a bunch of new PFDs. Oh, there's a child vest. That's interesting. I got to check that out. Little Legends. Whoa, there's a lot of little vests here. Keep going. Actually, I'm going to shop differently. Rotation. No, there used to be.
Okay, so I've got the MTI here, the last of the MTI. This is the Atlas.
All right, we'll put you up, Aaron. The Atlas this is a sweet vest.
This is the Atlas, which it's pretty good. It's after the big buoy. A lot of people have the big buoy, and the Atlas is pretty nice too. I found the big buoy had longer shoulder straps, which I like better because then I could sit lower on my body. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, this has 26 pounds of flotation. Pretty nice. So I'm psyched they got it before they ran out of them. But if they have new ones, I'd love to hear it because.
Well, I'll show you because they do have some stuff out. I didn't hear about anything high flotation. So this is one of their new vests right here. They have a new kind of whitewater series, but this is 16 pounds or whatever it is. Let's see if we can find out what it is.
Maybe Mustang would sponsor us.
15.7 pounds.
Oh.
I mean, I have a relationship with Mustang. I don't think they give me money, but I do have a relationship with them.
And I don't want any of their life jackets because they don't have any cool high float ones right now. So,
but this looks familiar, doesn't it? See, you can kind of tell they're a combination of the
yeah. Hey, someone said that they have a new high float. If you can tell us the name of the new high float, we can maybe search for it and find it.
Is it this one? This one looks a lot like an MTI PFD. 15.7. They're definitely getting into that market, and I mean, I think this is their one. They're trying to be the commercial vest. This is based on MTI one. That's 22 pounds. Would you call 22 pounds high float, Aaron?
Not when they include the head pillow. No.
Yeah, because the head pillow doesn't really help that much.
Yeah,
when you're swimming.
I mean, it helps if you're deep, but I mean, 22 is not bad. That's minimal. That's the minimum. That's not like good. That's like the minimum. So not that excited. Want them to go back to doing the 26 pounds. I love the old big buoy vest. That was a great vest. That was by far the best of the 26.
I don't see any Mustang high float PFD. This is interesting though. Here we go. This is a 33 to 55 pound, because I've been looking for this size of vest. I wonder what the flotation is. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I need some of these. But it doesn't. Oh, 6.8 pounds. So even less than the NRS one.
Do you want one with the head pillow on it or not?
The head pillow doesn't matter to me.
But here, I'm going to ask you this question. If the head pillow doesn't matter, why do you have it on all your adult vests?
Okay. This is what I think. I'm going to say something here that's probably wrong. I'm going to give an opinion. I want to be very clear to everybody listening. This show is for entertainment purposes only. This is not actual information. This is my best guess. Does that make sense? Am I being clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you repeat back to me what I just said, Aaron?
This is your best guess. This is for entertainment only.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm being clear that everybody understands. I think that back in the day, we all used this America's Cup PFT.
Yeah.
And that PFD has this neck pillow, not because it's helpful, because that's just how it was made for sailing or something and people floating in the ocean. And then everybody who makes a PFD for commercial boating since has basically copied that design, assuming that a neck pillow is crucial for the safety of commercial rafting guests. I don't think there's ever been a study, or it's just how it's always been done. Let's put neck pillows on PFDs because commercial passengers are dumb. Yes. And they'll float and when they float, they'll float up like this with their head on a pillow. But if I cut them off, it would.
You can't cut them off.
You can't cut them off. It would be bad. So I don't think anybody has ever told me why those neck pillows should be there.
The neck pillow, my understanding is it makes it a type 5 instead of type 3.
Which doesn't matter. Correct? Yeah. So
I know. No, exactly. No, I'm in agreement with you.
It doesn't actually help. Type 5 simply means special uses. No, it doesn't mean it's better or safer. It simply means special application.
I understand. But I'm going to take this separate. One of the things that I think for a while there is people don't like the commercial vests. They think they're not cool like the guide vests. And so I think it would help the industry actually if everyone got to wear cool vests.
Yeah.
And I remember after we left Davis, the Davis guides would start grabbing the sea kayaking vests when they need to borrow a vest because it looked cooler than using one of the whitewater vests. And it's just like, well, just make some cool looking whitewater vests without the head pillow. No one likes the head pillow flapping them in the head when, on a windy day. No one likes it. It doesn't help much. Cost.
Aaron, I don't think that there's any requirement that guests have to wear a Type 5 vest. There's nowhere that says must wear a Type 5 vest. And so you could make a Type 3 vest with 24 pounds of flotation.
Exactly. Maybe we need to do that, or talk to Mustang to make make one like this with just a couple clips on it.
I talked to Mustang. I talked to PFD manufacturers, and they're like, whatever, we don't want to do it. It's a lot of work to make a PFD. But going back, you said guide vest. They're not. These vests are not guide vests. They're designed for kayaking. There's no vest out there designed for guides. So they're not guide vests. They're kayaking vests that guides use.
I agree. But I think if one company goes and starts making them without the head things, and they say these are viable, they're going to kill everyone. They're going to sell to everyone because
they have to look cool too. They have to look cool.
They have to look a little cooler for sure. But tell me this. like if I roll by with the company and my company, everyone's just wearing cool vests, and you guys are wearing the lame ones with like for the people who can't lay down and they're gonna hit their head. They're gonna be like, oh, no, with that company. Yeah, no. I don't understand why someone doesn't do that, because it seems like a no-brainer in terms of you're gonna make money, people are gonna buy them, everyone wants to wear those ones. And they'll work.
Yeah, I'd buy them. I would spend a lot more on PFDs because more and more our guests are showing up with their own Type 3. Like on my last Middle Four trip, somebody brought their own green jacket. And I was like, man. And I told them, I go, if you want a ducky, you have to wear a high flow PFD. I'll let you wear that in an oar boat or a paddle boat. But if you get a ducky, you're going to switch PFDs. And
yeah. Sorry.
And I don't think they're appropriate. Like those 15-pound vests are appropriate for guests, especially like if you're over 200 pounds. Yeah.
And if the commercial vest had a little pocket for them to put their sunscreen in with a little clip on it, that's not a zipper.
I don't want that. I don't want the pockets because when the trip is over, they'll leave their sunscreen in there. And then they're going to call me, be like, hey, can you mail me my sunscreen? And that vest will be out on a different trip already. And somebody's going to open up the pocket and be like, whose stuff is this? Like, it's just, I don't want the pockets, because then trip to trip will have stuff in the pockets.
I'm just going to say, if you had the pocket, it would be cool. And people don't leave stuff in the dry bags. Your guys at the end would be like, check your pockets, make sure you can get everything out of your pockets.
Yeah, though, I'm not. This is one more thing.
Everyone has it.
No, it'll be a mess. I don't want the pockets. I'd cut the pockets off. Well, I'm not going to cut the pockets off, but I'd want to.
So that's a good. So maybe not the pockets, but I think if one company does it without, and I'm the second one in the market, I do mine with pockets, just to see if I could capture more of the. Because then it's really cool. Oh, we got pockets in our life jackets. You don't have pockets?
It's not a selling point. Pockets in your PFDs is not.
Oh yeah, it is. People get so annoyed. I don't know.
Come on our road trip, because our PFDs have pockets. No, people. I mean, they want pockets, but they will leave stuff behind the pockets.
They will ask about
sunglasses, phones. You do everything will get left behind in pockets, and we'll have
chairs. It's like chairs in camp.
No, it's not like chairs. It's a whole different thing. Hey, do you want to answer this question? First of all, Aaron, before we answer this question again, who's playing good cop? Who's playing bad cop?
I do it often. I wouldn't do it on a more difficult river. Thoughts?
Who's good cop? Who's bad cop?
We just talked about this on Tuesday for like an hour.
Scotty B, watch. So I'm just gonna answer. Watch our Tuesday. Find our Tuesday show. We just did on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Go to our YouTube. Search for, I don't know, like Zach and Aaron are insane solo boating. You'll find it. But I want to bring up, every time this topic comes up, I want to bring up the American Whitewater Accident Database, which we'll do again. And I'm going to go, just yet to find this accident database, just search for American Whitewater Accident Database. And if you look through this a lot, you'll see a lot of solo. Here we go. Solo paddling, one boat trip, solo paddling, one boat trip. It just comes up a lot in accidents. So there's here, I just saw one, there's one boat trip. So, I mean, and we started the episode talking about the curve, the rescue curve, where like you have to have friends. So I'm just going to say, if you want to be responsible, I'm using the word responsible, I'd recommend not solo boating. Do we cover that?
You'd recommend, yeah, that sounds good, Zach. I totally agree.
Watch the Tuesday show. We just talked about this for like an hour the other day. Youth Big Water, great for my 6-year-old. Yeah, that's a sweet. By the way, I want to point out the NRS Youth Big Water works great for the 6-year-old.
Do they still make the Youth Big Water? Is that what you were having there?
Yeah, I use that's what I buy for our trips.
That's called the Youth Big Water?
Which one? Yeah, the one we use for our trips.
Okay.
Well, let me look it up. And let's come back to this, because we're finding out about the Mustang survival.
And I hear it. I'm going to share. I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to share because I looked it up. I'm on REI's site right now.
That's where I went to. I went to the same place.
And on REI's site, it says 16 pounds, 10 ounces for the medium large. Let's see for the extra large, extra large, 16 pounds, 10 ounces. So, Shauna, where are you getting the 22 pounds?
Wetsuit.
I don't see
what? The wetsuit. Add the wetsuit. All right. This is we gotta finish this episode up. This is the youth
that's
big
a
water
great
PFD. I own like 100 of these. It's
Those
a great
are really
PFD.
great. Yeah, that's a great one.
I want to point out that it's the best youth PFD in the market for 50 to 90 pounds. It's just like it's become the industry standard.
Now, Zach, if you had your own kid,
mm-hmm.
would you have the head float on it?
It doesn't hurt. The head float isn't hurt. I'm not going to take it off.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
I have 2 pair of booties, but then I'm 2 are awesome things.
Yeah, right, David. Yeah, David. Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's 2022. Awesome. Give up on the booties, guys. Get some real shoes. Come on.
Sean, we'll buy it quick because we need some sponsorship. So get on that.
Yeah, get on that.
Buy the company. Isn't it employee owned too?
It's employee owned, so you can't buy NRS. You have to do all the jobs at once. You have to apply for every job. But I mean, this is what I was giving a hard time to some company. There was a medium-sized company, and somebody got really mad at me. Like, keep your thoughts to yourself. And I just
think that's not how we get safer and better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not how NRS gets better. NRS, I know, wants to be great. They're not going to get better. We got to give them a hard time.
Anyone who's unwilling to take negative feedback doesn't want to get better, and that's a problem. Like, you have to be willing to hear what people have to say, and like, whatever, man.
Whatever, man.
And I'm going to say
whatever,
this.
man.
Are you really offended by our opinions? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's 32 people watching.
Yeah.
This isn't we're not gonna bankrupt NRS.
Yeah.
Because we tell people not to buy their Orlocks. Like NRS is just fine. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. You could really hurt a small outfitter who buys these and then breaks a bunch of expensive orders. I'm gonna tell you for a fact, because I have friends who broke a bunch of expensive orders because of this Orlock. And that's why I'm so frustrated. Because I recommended some really nice Sawyer Orlocks to my friends. I said, spend the money, go big, get the right thing, and love these oars. And they kept breaking. And when we followed the path of why they broke, it came down to this. And I did the research, and I was like, oh, they don't bend. So, yeah, it's the thing I'm passionate about. How much does it cost to sponsor us, Aaron?
Zach, you're the money guy. You know how much everything's costing.
I mean, we have no sponsors right now. So, I mean, we do it for $1. If you sent us a check for $1, you could sponsor us.
The River Company?
This is River Company Outfitters.
River Company Outfitters.
Yep.
Yeah, $1. Yeah.
$1. We started at $1.
How long would they get sponsors for?
That would give a sponsor for one show. $1 a show. But we talk about you a lot. We'd basically just do a whole show about them probably. NRS will probably charge more than that. Probably charge $2 because they have deep pockets. Okay, so Sean.
Maybe it should be 10 cents for every time we mention them.
No, because then we'll just say their name over and over and over. And nobody's gonna watch that garbage. Okay. So type 5 simply means special use.
Yeah, he's right. But he's right. He's right what he's saying. Some non-pillow vests are still type 5. Totally.
So he's saying really know the specs to make it type 5. Type 5 means special use. So a rescue harness makes a type 5.
Yeah.
A neck pillow makes a type 5.
It's a type 5. Yeah.
So
exactly.
The type 3, I'm going to paraphrase this and hopefully I'm saying the correct thing. And again, this is entertainment. So if I say the wrong thing, I'm sorry. Type 3, you heard what I just said, right? Aaron, I might be making something up right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah, go for it, Zach.
Okay.
We live on the edge here.
Okay.
And the world changes.
Type 3 PFD basically refers to the fact that you can get on your stomach and swim. That you're near shore or near somebody that can save you. A type 3 is not going to put you on your back. Right? It's going to allow you to get on your stomach and swim. Some PFDs are designed to put you on your back and just lay there till somebody rescues you. Right? Type 3 is going to allow you to get on your stomach and aggressively swim somewhere.
What about type 5?
Type 5 is special use. So it's just add something to a type 3 and have a type 5. You could probably add like a little parrot on the shoulder to become a type 5.
So let's just be clear. So in general, the type 5 probably they aren't designed to turn you and rotate you onto your back and flip you on your back.
I think a type 5 just means special use. I think there's different types of type 5. Like I saw an example of a type 5 that was like a throwable cushion.
Yeah.
So like type 5
inflatable ones, type 5 too.
Yeah. Type 5 doesn't mean a certain flotation. It doesn't mean anything. It literally means special use. A type 3, I believe, has a minimum flotation. I believe that's why it's 16 pounds, a type 3. A Type 5,
yes,
like
it is.
Take a Type 3 and add something to it to make it, and that's a Type 5.
And you know why that 16 pounds is the minimum flotation? You can read in my article, but it's the minimum amount necessary to keep people afloat in flat water. That's where it came up with. It's not even for white water. It's the 16 pounds. It's for flat water. Like that's the purpose. That's where they get that number from. So.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Somebody else had that problem with the Orlox.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. Could have saved you some time. But we're gonna keep it honest. Four Corners River Sport sold them to me with my first boat. Had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Four Corners River Sports even knows. Like, this is the problem with those Orlox. I don't think anybody knows. That's our job, is to educate the world. Sean, send us a link because we just looked it up. Oh, Aaron, don't look at REI because they could have been wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Solaris now, on the other side. Now, see, now this is weird because I'm skeptical of this, but here I'm going to share again, and this is weird because this doesn't make sense, and Zach, you'll understand what I'm saying here in a second.
All right.
Okay, I'm on the site, and it says down here, right here, it says U.S. Coast Guard Recreation Type 3 meets minimum buoyancy rating of 22.5 pounds.
Yeah.
The minimum buoyancy rating is 16 pounds.
16.5, yeah.
Yeah, so I think.
Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it.
Here they say.
Does it look like it has?
No, it also here it says it meets the minimum life jacket buoyancy of 22.5 pounds. There's no minimum of 22.5 pounds. So
yeah. Okay, let's look at it. Does it look like it has 22.5 or 16? Let's just look at it and guess.
I don't think it looks like it has it because look at the back. The back doesn't even have a lower part.
Jeez. Yeah. And those PFDs don't have the lower part. I don't think are appropriate for rafting. That's designed for sitting in a chair kayaking. I'm gonna say I don't like those PFDs for whitewater.
And I'm guessing it's not 26 pounds of flotation, maybe. But 22 and a half. I mean, maybe.
I think somebody should email Mustang and ask them.
Yeah, because also their data is wrong here in terms of the minimum best buoyancy. The minimum best buoyancy.
Data is just okay, whatever.
And then particularly though, when everywhere else online is giving what would make more sense. You know what else? Like the other places are saying 16.
NRS is correct. Yeah.
REI is correct. Yeah.
Kokatat. Let's look up this one. Do you know this PFD?
The Hustle. What a name, the Hustle.
Yeah. So I did a Gear Garage video about this, and let's look it up. This is a sweet PFD. We're looking at the women's version. This PFD right here. This is a sweet PFD. It is low float, so it's like 16 pounds. But if you're happy with low float, it's a really cool PFD.
I like the look of that. I like this. Clip. It has clips instead of a zipper. I prefer clips to zippers.
Well, and yeah. This is the women's one. I think the men's one's a little different. But it sits a little lower, which is nice for flotation.
Yep.
On mine, go ahead. Yeah. For paddling. So for kayaking, this jack, I use this bunch of kayaking. For rafting, if you're rafting stuff where low float is appropriate or you're small, I think it's great. I think if you're rafting like class 5 big water, it's low float. My only problem with this PFD after paddling with it is I broke the zipper. And when you break the zipper, they can't fix it.
And that's why I prefer the clips over the zipper. Because even at home, you can.
But I'm talking about the zipper for the pocket zipper.
Oh, the pocket zipper.
So when the pocket zipper broke, they couldn't fix it because it voids, I don't know, some Coast Guard thing. And so they had to, first of all, throw it away, which as somebody who's woke like me, I don't like things thrown away. And second of all, they didn't have any in stock. So I bought this PFD, I really liked it. The zipper broke and they couldn't replace it with something else. I had to, get some throwbags and buy a different PFD. But it's not that environmentally friendly when the zipper. They should use a better zipper. All right, we got to finish this show. We've gone too long. This game doesn't go. Thank you. New or later.
Wow.
They did figure it out. Yep. But I got to tell you. So we're back on the NRS oar locks. People know these oar locks break oars, but they're afraid to say it because they're afraid to piss off NRS, I think. So we're saying it. Oh, Aaron. Boom, mic drop on you.
I look at that. I have a hard time believing that's 22.5 pounds when there's no back on it. Maybe it is, but That's a lot of foam back there.
JD Rogie, how do you know this? Maybe he has some inside scoop.
Well, the only thing I would say is since the old Atlas vest was 26, they could take out that much and it would be fine. But
why don't you just admit you're wrong?
I might be.
Okay.
I might be. But I'm not wrong about Zach, and you can agree with me this. The minimum required buoyancy for Type 3 is not 22.5.
That's true.
The statement doesn't make sense.
That is an incorrect statement.
Yeah, it's very confusing. So something's wrong there.
Yeah. He's calling BS. Sean's with us. Sean's with you. JD Rogie. Yeah. Yep. I know some people at
there you go. He's not sure. He's not sure either.
I know some people at Mustang. I'll ask. But if I have time, I'll ask. Aaron, this has been a marathon of a show.
I will say I was starting to fade there for a little bit, but I got a second win. We started talking about life jackets.
I can't believe you always like to fall asleep. I want to thank our new members. Thank you guys for being new members. Yeah, Michael, I think Michael probably canceled membership after we disagreed about NRS, though. Hopefully he didn't. And Michael, thank you for being a member. I want to apologize to all the people we offended this week, all the misinformation that we passed along, all the bad advice.
Isn't that supposed to be online? Aren't we supposed to just say a lot of stuff that isn't true?
I want to apologize for Aaron's naivete and for my entitled attitude. We are doing our best, and this is a fun way that we spend our Fridays, and we want to thank you guys for being a part of the show because it's fun for us. We appreciate the support, those of you, the members, just everybody who watches it. It's really fun for us, and so I want to thank everybody for being here today and sharing your time with us.
Yes. And if you haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell to turn on notifications.
Check it out,
so you get
Aaron.
notified every time Zach puts something.
I learned something. Yes. If you ring the bell, it will email you when we go live. So if you want to see the whole show, ring the bell down there, and it'll be like, boom, they're on live. You won't miss much. You won't miss our openings. The first 5 minutes of the show usually suck anyway, so you can miss the first 5 minutes and go right to it. Sorry to interrupt. I just found that out.
No, that's really cool. Great information. And of course, Zach needs to get his numbers up. He's only at 8,000 and something on his way to 10 million.
Yep.
Which I don't think there's 10 million people who would read about rafting in the entire world, Zach.
There will be someday.
Our show is maybe it'll just take off and everyone will want to watch it just because of the humor and the insight.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Please sponsor us. That would be great. Yeah.
Yep. Please don't make it at the Gear Garage because we don't have an official checking account. Make it out to Aaron Cavagnolo.
No.
CAVA. Cavag. I don't know. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, send to Zach Collier, please. Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, can I give you some feedback?